What is going on? What's going on? We have, for those that don't know, Jedi's been on a long, extended vacation, so we've been trying to rotate some people in. We rotated an old friend and an old guest, Rogue Slaw. Rogue, say what's up.
What's up, people? How are you
Also,
doing?
the reason why I got the celebration Max Rebo shirt. Thank you very much, Max Rebo.
You're welcome very much.
Thank you. Thank you. We got an interesting day today. I know there's going to be some comments. We're going to go to the chat because I know what you guys are asking about. We'll talk about it in a little bit. We've got some great segments today, though. We're going to do a couple new ones. We brought back some stuff. We brought back some stuff that you guys liked last week. You guys let us know that you liked a couple things. We're going to bring it back. One of those things we're going to start in about 5 minutes, right after we do our little chat intro thing, because the clock's ticking on it. So give you a little spoiler on that. Let's say what's up. Sunday. Ruben was early and often. Yes, Star Wars Sunday. Sorry. Yes, Star Wars Sunday. This show makes. I don't know.
You gotta take a day off.
Take a day off.
Come on, the screen's jacked up, dude.
Take it off, Ruben. Come on.
Down. What the heck is going on? Hold on. I hate StreamYard. Okay, Star Wars Sunday. Oh yeah! Cheers! Thank you, Tommy Longbox. Thanks for the sub. 19. What do we got? Las Vegas Raiders are going to destroy the
I hope so.
Hey, shit ain't gonna happen. That a pile of shit in the other hand. You got a pile of shit in your hand at least.
Hey, if they lose, then we get rid of McDaniels.
Thumbs up. Cheers. You know, I'll be honest with you. How good our season's been going, that it's okay. I mean, hopefully we can just fix our stuff. Half our team doesn't play anymore. Half our line's gone. Half our defense is gone. We're still winning. So, salute to you too, for Deadly Venoms. Good to see you. GT Key, I said, what's up? What's up, everybody? Wookie, what's up? John, what's up, everyone? What's up? Hey, look, there's Jedi on vacation. 4. The book in the thumbnail. All right. We'll talk about that book and a couple other ones at the end of the comic review. We got a new seg that we're going to do. See if you guys like it. Wookie Fanatic, happy Sunday. Darksiders, happy Sunday. Hi, Mr. Appleman. Hi. Waiting all day for Sunday night. All right. What's the night? It's finally very good. Thank you very much. Does anyone watch YouTube channels called Star Wars Comic? No. Dave. Well, I don't know. Maybe someone does here. What's good, peeps? What's good, Dave? Good to see you. He said people. I think good ghost. What good ghost? Wait, what? Damn it, Dave. Oh, what good What good Pete? I screwed it up. You screwed it up. We both screwed it up. There we go. All right.
That's how it works.
Let's lose, people. Let's go, man. Let's go.
What's happening, Darkside crew? What's up? Hi. Wookie Far's off work tomorrow, so it could actually catch a live. Good. I'm glad you can. Thank you.
Nice.
Yeah,
nice.
JR is here. There he is. Repair Tech Tony. Hey, all. Hey. Sunday fun day. Oh, by the way, big shout out to Bruce and Pete who co-opted or collaborated on the thumbnail. Great job, guys.
Yep.
I guess we copied something this time. All right, here we go. Let's get into. Oh, before we get into news, because we got a couple of them on there. Last week we did a little thing where we highlighted a comment that we thought was cheap. It was going to auction and let you guys know about it so you could snipe it. This time
more chat that you didn't go to. You missed the bottom. Like
geez, Pete's. What's up, Sticks? Dude, StreamYard sucks. Blame StreamYard. We pay like $600 for this service. It's horrible, dude. I had a huge thing on my screen. We had to send Rogue Slaw out like 4 freaking times to get the mic set right in here. Don't blame me. Blame the system.
Always blame Marco. Always blame
Marco.
He's the showrunner.
AI hates me. Dark Avengers Assemble. Darkside Avengers Assemble. Hey, Knuckleheads. Hey, Joe. Bri, what's good? Let's get it. Star Wars Sunday. Fire. Good job. Who's the new guy? Oh, what's over under a number of coffees Marco had before the show?
By coffee, you mean shots of alcohol? Probably 12.
Or Red Bull. He means Monster Red Bull. Dude, Dan, did you set it up for December? I didn't set it up for December, Dan. Good evening, sirs. Good evening, sir. Ed saying hi for the algorithm. Holy shit, it is going. I missed a lot of people. Okay, tell me that BK is the last one.
BK is the last one.
Yes.
Yeah.
Marco's face inspired 4 of the 5 creatures of Five Nights at Freddy's. I like to phrase that. That's the thing of the Chuck E. Cheese, like horror show, right?
There you go.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. My niece. I used to live with my niece for a while. When she was really young, and she loved that book, and I was like, they shouldn't be writing this book for kids, but I mean, she hasn't killed anybody, and she's an adult now, so
it did bonkers in the theaters this weekend.
Did it? Yeah, no doubt,
Yeah.
no
And it's
doubt.
on Peacock too.
Yeah, it's on Peacock also, and I guess they're already set it up for a trilogy.
Go ahead. They're signing up for a trilogy already, you say?
Yeah.
That's nice. That's nice. All right, John. I wasn't gonna get into it, but I guess I am. So I gave the link out for the guys to go to her universe, which I tell you whenever the sales come out to do it. And this sweet sweater I got for $7.36. Look at this. It is a Grand Moff sweater. It opens up. You can use it as a full tunic where it pulls here, or you can double tunic over so that you can get ready. I don't even know why it does this. It's an
Thank God you're not showing your nipples, man.
That's for when you're eating. You can zip it open,
Yeah.
and then if you spill anything on it, you just cover it right back up.
She definitely makes gears for you clowns at cons that like to eat the sloppy pretzels with all the cheese dip and dip it all over your face. So there you go. She does a great job.
Sponsorships.
We will tell you. We should get sponsored by her. I buy a ton of gear from her store, sure. But I always buy it on clearance, so she probably doesn't want me telling you that. But yeah, next time they have a sale, I'll put it up there because honestly, it's cheap as hell. I got another sweater I'll show you next week. My wife picked up a couple things too. It's always good. I like her stuff. You know what the thing with it is too? Like this is $7.40 or whatever, but it's very comfortable, and you can tell it's like I'm always surprised. Like, oh, this thing's on clearance because she screwed up and made some cheap shit this time, right? And every time I'm like, dude, there's no way you're selling it for this shit. Like, there's no way it's that cheap that you're giving it away for this. So, it's a breastfeeding shirt. Thank you. Good job, Ed. Look, Dom has comics and not just pops. Somebody had noticed it. There we go.
Nice.
We told you. Oh, we do have a new segment about Dom turning over the new leaf. If you saw the thumbnail, it says no more Fomo. That is going to be a little something we're going to add into after comics. I don't. Yes, I do. It has to unzip or unbutton low though. It's from her universe. It's Ashley Eckstein's store. She does all stuff.
I didn't know they made stuff for dudes.
It is Grand Moff Pop Tarkin. That's right.
They do. It's just it's for men and women. So
Okay.
Yeah, they do stuff for guys and girls. Yeah. I mean, or men and women. Yeah. And the men's stuff is greatly up. Some of it's wild. I'll be honest. Some of the shit is wild, but like you could definitely find stuff that like no matter what fits your style. There's a button up I probably should have got. I was gonna get it because of BK. It's like the shirts that I wear. But like it was too fucking wild for me. It was just too wild. So I was like, yeah.
All I know is that Comic-Con at San Diego, they always have the Her Universe fashion show, and that's one of the hottest tickets to get.
It is, and
Like,
and her booth's always sold out. Her booth is always sold out. Yep. It's not like she buys 3-5 things. Go ahead.
And she's super nice.
Yeah, dude. What was it? Chicago. I think she might do it every time. I think Chicago. She sold out day one and stayed there for all the days. Just because she knew people were coming to say hi.
Yeah, she was at the.
I don't know if she does that anymore because now she's like really, really big. But you know what I mean.
She was at New York City Comic Con, really taking the time with people. I didn't get her autograph. I got Bradley Baker's autograph, but she was there smiling everybody.
All right,
yeah, she's great.
We've got Wayseeker's giving me the wink and the nod, so we got to put on what we're going to talk about today. So. As you guys know, last week we did a segment where we look at a cheap book or whatever that we think you guys should be aware of that's going to auction. There's an auction. It's only got 27 minutes left on it. I know that's why we're doing it early. Sometimes we'll do it later in the show. Don't just go, snipe it, but like set your alarm for 22 minutes, then leave, then come back, that type of thing. Don't just go over there right now. Let's pull it up. Let's see what we got. Share screen if we can. Here we go. It is, since you found it, you want to talk about it, Wayseeker?
I think you found this one, didn't you?
Oh, maybe I did find this one. I don't know.
I gave you some other ones. You took this one, but I
chose not to go with any of the ones you sent me.
That's
All
fine.
Right, cool. So here we go. It is Star Wars Tales 24. It's a 9.8 near mint copy. Obviously it's a near mint copy. It's 9.8. What does MT mean? I know it's got white pages. Of course, it's 9.8. I don't know where you put all this stuff, but it's first out.
It's Canadians. Their Canadians are weird.
Yeah, it's from Canada. That's the only downside. The good side is when you look at it, it says $40. That's Canadian, so you're only paying $28.87. It ends in 26ish minutes at this point. It ends 9:51 tonight. So go ahead, feel free to put in Star Wars Tale 24 CGC 9.8 auction ending soonest. You can try to snipe this bad boy. Enjoy. I hope you guys enjoy that.
This is the better cover too, because all the Tales have two covers. The other cover is not nearly as cool as this one. So,
what's the shipping on that?
Oh, he says MT for mint. Really?
Mint, yeah.
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 Well, it's a 9.8. I mean, why do we have to put all this other stuff?
I have no idea.
You don't need to put white
Shipping
pages
is
either. That's what I'm saying.
shipping's $20 US, $27
That's not
Canadian,
bad.
$20 US. No,
I don't support Canada. Yeah, and they're only between 9.9. Hey, listen, guys. Yeah, no, I get that. My point is, like, why are we putting any of that? Like, we can see it's a 9.8. Like, what?
But
It says white pages
depends.
too. Like, I hope there's not poutine stains on the motherfucker.
No, well, now, well, the whole thing is that it's the sometimes when they have the book pressed too hard, you have like the oil mark that's in it sometimes. And it says it's a 9.8. For some reason, it's not really a 9.8. If you really think about it, the stains. I don't know.
what are you talking about, Dom?
No, like there's like some of the books.
Talking about the Newton rings?
What?
Yeah,
What's
like,
he
yeah.
saying? Newton rings. No, Newton rings. What? No, that's not what a Newton ring is, bro.
No, I'm saying, if I had a
I'm
book
not-
in front of me,
Damn it! People already start bidding on it. All right, I'm pulling this bad boy down. They're
yeah,
already bidding. They're already bidding this bitch up.
it's $40 now.
We know
I'm just
what you're
saying.
saying, Dom.
But I don't know
No,
what
it's
you're saying.
You know when the
about
book,
Newton rings?
it's like when they have. Like,
You mean the
like,
rings?
oil, like the oil stain inside the book when the book is like.
That's called a Newton. No, that's not how a
That's
Newton ring
book.
happens.
No, it's not the
Yeah.
book.
It's not the book. It's the
Yeah, it's
The
between
process.
it's the area. Yeah, it's the area that they do between the
Okay.
well and the cover of the book. So when that doesn't have. No, the CGC back in the day did have a problem when they put it in too tight, and then it would start to deform the books. But those cases are so old, and like I think that's Gen 2 or something like that.
Just check it because I know that some people mentioned in their like when they're selling something, they mention that the stain. They have it in the book sometimes.
That they have Newton rings. Yeah, you can pop them. You can pop the Newton rings. There's a way to do it. It's not a stain. It's just Newton rings, bro.
You can't have a state to get a 9.8.
Well, no, that's a good point. We probably gotta fucking tell people what Newton ring. We'll do an episode on what Newton rings are. Dom, thank you for that. Actually, that's great, dude. We'll do that. Yeah, absolutely. Fuck yeah. All right. What the fuck was I doing?
Are we going to the news or are we doing
Going
something
to news now. I'm good. Good. I'm good. Going to news. What the shit?
I don't know what's going on. I'm so
I don't either. But I think that's a good topic. That's a good topic. We should
real quick.
we should talk about that.
Oh,
Yes.
We should sometime.
Put it in the notes. Yeah. Okay.
All right, this is not going to make Dom happy, but a book came out this week that highlighted that it's been Disney who has repeatedly been pressuring Lucasfilms to announce new projects before Lucasfilm are ready and before Kennedy is ready. And so, Dom loves to rail on Kennedy, loves to hate on her, whatever, but the book highlights and talks about how it's been time after time, it's been Disney and not Kennedy.
Well, listen, also Marvel went through the same thing too. Kevin Feige mentioned that too.
Yep. So, I mean, Feige says the same thing. This is a Disney problem, not a Kennedy problem.
Well, listen, watch South Park, the Panhandle episode.
No, the South Park episode trolls you.
I love no.
It's trolling you as a fan.
It's freaking Lucasfilm.
No, it's trolling you. It's trolling the fans for trolling
Kathleen
Lucasfilm.
Kennedy. She's the
It's
goddamn
trolling
evil.
you, Dom. No, it's Cartman. Cartman is the troll. It's what we're getting in the news, but it's trolling you. It's not.
It's not trolling me.
It's the people that are too dumb to
It's
realize
trolling
that they're
what's
trolling.
happening.
It makes it funny.
Hey, what's
Oh my
happening?
god.
What's happening?
Oh,
Dude,
no,
we just lost
Sanders. I do know what I signed up for.
By the way, two things we're not doing. We are no longer talking about Newton rings, and we're also no longer starting with a comic book to go try to scalp because we just lost 15 viewers in 3 seconds, dude. Good job. Can't wait. Can't wait.
All right, but no, yeah. Again, this is something we've seen with.
Dom missed the point of the episode.
Disney,
Oh, jeez.
Disney is the one that is,
Didn't miss anything.
pressuring the films, and so we also got news this week that the script for Rey's movie is expected sometime around Thanksgiving. So now that it's done, supposedly it's really close to being finished, and so we should get that script finished. Hopefully, it's good. And it also has a new title rumored floating around here. I hope this isn't the title. It's a horrible title, but given Star Wars, it kind of fits. Star Wars: A New Beginning.
So does that mean they're
Star
going to kill
Wars, a piece of
Rey and
shit.
get a new character?
If
If that's the case, it's perfect.
I still have very little faith. that
Star
this is
Wars
anywhere
this
close.
has landed yet again.
I have. This sounds like Disney saying stuff that isn't actually fucking happening. First off, You're telling me you wrote a script in 1 month for a feature film for Star Wars that we are making sure is not going to get fucked up. This is what you're telling me? And then you're telling me I'm supposed to believe that.
Yep.
Okay. Well, then I'll believe what Dom says about the fucking South Park episode too. That it's actually, well, I mean, come on. No, there's no way. If they say they're having a preliminary script, I can believe that shit. Okay, maybe like for reviews and shit. But you know as well as I do, they're not going to let this fucking thing go out unless it like this is gonna have to be really good. They're definitely gonna cross the T's and dot the I's on this one after the fallout.
And they've got time to work on it. I mean, you still haven't signed the actors yet. Like,
don't worry about it.
They haven't come to a union thing.
It's gonna start off Ray being a super master, the best master ever.
Yeah. Okay, let's slow down on that once again because Luke Skywalker fucking had about 3 seconds of training on how to
had more
follow.
training than this freaking girl.
No, he didn't.
Yes,
No, he did not. Luke had like 3 weeks of training.
Dude, not only that, he was a fucking Sith boy his entire life. This chick's out there fucking grounding in the fucking.
Ezra should be a master of what he learned. This one has not learned what
he did. Did you see him in Ahsoka? He was just throwing shit around.
Hey, you know what? Ray, that's Disney.
Yeah, but you already said it.
This was not one of my sugar dom stories.
Jedi.
On my list.
She's better than Vader, better than Luke, better than anybody. That's what Disney does. They want to put.
She wasn't better than Vader.
That's what they want. That's what Disney.
I have a feeling this is just smoke. We're not going to actually ever get another Ray-centric story.
Oh, we're going to get one, but
we are.
I think this is all smoke.
No.
The Empire's going to change the whole.
No, we're 100% getting one, but it's going to be just like they did with Five Nights at Freddy. That group of kids that grew up with the cartoons and shit, where Ray actually was pretty successful. That is when they're going to do it. They're not doing it like, and it's not going to be the next thing out the gate, dude. They're just not going to do it. They don't want to hear grumpy old white dudes complain about this shit.
The next thing out of the gate because I don't think anything else is getting out of the gate.
Yeah, I mean, this is like, well, Leia doesn't suck, bro. Like, Leia doesn't suck.
Yeah.
Listen,
but,
all I know is
but he's got a point there. He has a point there. He has a point there because technically, well, I guess technically it was a Solo, not a fucking Skywalker, but Kylo Ren was a whiny bitch too. So, and Luke was like, Dom, there's no way you could tell me.
Look, all I know is that he was a whiny bitch as a kid. When he became Return of the Jedi,
he wasn't a kid. He was in his fucking 20s. He graduated from school. He's like, yo, dude. He's like, I'm taking a fucking what do they call that? Oh, leap year or whatever for school where kids graduate from high school, don't go to college. He took 5 of those fuckers. He's hanging out at Tashi Station, just fucking playing whack-a-mole. Like, what the fuck is he even doing? He's not even like one of the dudes that's like, okay, I'm gonna go do drugs and bang hookers and stuff. No, he's going to fucking Tashi Station to fucking play like what's the tabletop Dungeon and fucking Dragons. And he wasn't even good at it because his friends didn't invite him all the fucking time. That's what he was, bro. That's what do you fucking think he was doing at Tashi Station? Fucking, he wasn't doing shit. They're fucking around.
I was a whiny kid. I grew up.
He was playing laser tag with swamp rats.
Look behind you. You never grew up.
No,
you never grew up. And all you do is whine. I don't want to hear that you were.
He was literally he was 30 years old. His aunt was still pouring him blue milk out of her nipple, dude. Listen. What are we doing here? Let's be real about Luke Skywalker.
Listen, all I know is
I already did. You ain't made a lot of sense yet.
Even though she's an attractive woman, she's a piece of
shit to do about it, bro.
It's
her parents. Her parents abandoned her while she was 5 on a gang-infested shithole of a fucking planet with no food, and she made it to be in her 20s. Versus a guy whose aunt was still kid-feeding him blue milk at the age of 30. Dom, hold on. Let me finish. We heard what you said. Dom, let me finish. We heard what you said. Stop saying listen. Okay, take their genders out of it. There's a boy who got abandoned at 4 years old, lives on a shithole planet full of criminals, and somehow made it to his 20s. Versus a boy who's breastfed blue milk from his auntie at the age of 20 and goes and plays like little video games every day. Which kid do you think Dom would be screaming at in the middle of the streets telling him he's a wuss? Not the Ray kid. I guarantee you that.
Listen, I'm going to tell you this. She should have stayed a nobody. She should have had schizophrenic intentions where her mind was going crazy because of Palpatine. It would have been a better story. She should have became a Sith. End the story. Bullshit.
Let's just forget about.
Oh, hold on. Sticks hit it. Sticks hit it.
I already put it up
Sticks,
there, but you were
did.
too busy arguing.
Sticks hit it. Sticks hit it. He gets the bell, dude. Tashi standing there in front of her. I'm a nerd.
Ring the bell.
All right.
Let's be real. Let's just
Go ahead.
skip the Skywalkers. Let's just get Ahmed Best. Give him a series based on his character. That'll please the prequel people. We won't have to do a Jar Jar Binks crappy show. We can do it with his Jedi version, and that'd be more entertaining than anything Daisy Ridley can do as her character.
Who BK? BK's been watching old shows now. He's getting a history lesson. Who was that? Was that Joe? That was that. We used to have a guy that did toys on this show from Texas. I think his name was Joe. I think that's what he called me the first time. So I was
Just
like,
make a good damn fucking story. That's it.
Yeah, make a good story. Sure. All right, let's go. You already got it.
Keep moving on. This is for Tom right here. There's a new South Park thing that mocks Star Wars and mocks Kennedy, but it really, and this is what I said, it's really mocking the fans for mocking Star Wars, because that's what Cartman does. Like, you can never agree with Cartman. So if you agree with Cartman, you're an idiot, is what it's saying.
It's mocking on what's going on.
If you think you're mocking Kennedy,
you're
you're really the one they're mocking.
Listen, when they're talking, they go, this is Cartman. He goes, a black woman's Cartman. You can't see this? You don't see what's wrong with this picture. And he's trying to say that they're replacing different things. And that's what...
I don't watch a ton of South Park, but I know one thing. The two bits you just said there don't sound like fucking South Park. But what Seeker just said earlier sounds a shit ton like South Park. A shit ton like South Park. Dom, do you know what South Park fucking does?
They fucking ring it to... Why is Kathleen Kennedy mad?
She's not.
She was mad. She's pissed at this.
She's not pissed at this. No, she's not. Who says that she is? What are you watching that says that she's mad at South Park?
What the fuck? Wayseeker? No, Wayseeker. Absolutely not. No, Wayseeker. I've told you about this shit before. No, too far, sir. Too fucking far. Too far.
I didn't do it. He did it to himself.
Yes, you did, Wayseeker.
He did it to himself.
Dwayne said it right. Here comes the trolling. Where is it? Here comes the fucking trolling. Wayseeker's about to troll fucking down. And it took you a whole fucking 2 damn slides, Wayseeker. 2! What the fuck? What the? No. Don, you got this 100% wrong.
He did it to himself.
1,000% wrong. Go, next slide. Jesus. What are we doing with our lives? Go, what's next?
Can you imagine Kennedy caring about South Park, though?
Look at this dude. Look at Round Guy. He goes, as Kennedy's cashing her $50 million check, I'm sure she's upset about an episode. Fuck. Yeah. Right.
Hey.
She's like, hey.
Go look
She's
at
going.
Gina
And these are only hundreds to her. She got $1 million. She's like, yeah, I'm trying my tears, South Park. Dude, come on. Get out of here.
Oh, my God.
I didn't watch it. Now I'm going to have to watch it. Did this just come out?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay,
it just
cool.
came out. It's on Peacock.
Why does he look like Seth MacFarlane? A skinnier version of Seth MacFarlane.
Who is this guy? He looks like somebody familiar. I can't remember.
He's Stranger Things. He does. So Sean Levy provided an update on his Star Wars movie and said, you know what Kennedy wants is a Sean Levy movie in Star Wars, and not, a Star Wars movie that Kennedy or that Sean Levy has to go make it up. And so I'm excited for this. I think, like he said, he's a huge Star Wars fan.
Everybody's a huge Star Wars fan. Everybody. And when they do it, what happens? It comes
You
out
get
like
mad at them not giving people chances.
I'm just
They're
saying.
giving a guy a chance. Why are you mad? He writes good stories.
I'll
He's
be
a Star Wars
happy.
fan.
I'll be happy once we get the actual movie with him as a director.
Stop with the
that he
dude
wrote.
does.
There you go.
Because
Yeah,
how
I
many
mean-
times has she canned a person before? She goes, "Oh, I really want this person," then she cans it.
Um,
We either not get the project, or
Yeah,
somebody else takes it over.
but fairly. I mean, some of those are very fair situations. Like I think, like that's the part that gets taken out. Like she probably does, and I don't mind her giving people tries, and you should keep going because then you could get what's his name? Starts with a G that did
Gilroy.
Andor. Yeah,
Gilroy.
Gilroy. So I mean, keep giving it. Like I actually think Opie wasn't terrible in the Solo story. You know what I mean? But they should have gone to him first. That's the problem with the Solo story was she did give somebody a chance. They fucked it up. Same thing with the last 3 movies. They gave it to fucking what's his name, and he fucked up not once but twice. I mean, he fucked up all types of shit. He really did. Like
I still like the Solo movie.
You know, because
Solo movie's great.
You know, the one thing about Star Wars, if they can make single movies and just do movies in different time periods without connecting shit, they could maybe get things done.
Got her.
I'm never mad. I'm never mad. I'm good.
I can't imagine what the fuck this show sounds like, dude. It's gotta be just.
And my wife just yelled too. So
did she? At you?
Yeah, when I was talking loud,
she
goes,
yelled.
"Shut up!"
I always like to highlight the actors who have good things to say, not just the Star Wars actors that are idiots. And
that fucking mustache is
as
fucking
Fondy came out this week and just really talked about the joy of playing Ezra and bringing the character to life and how it's touched him and how he, really enjoyed the process and can't wait to do it again. It was a good, heartwarming showing of his respect for the character. And I think he did a good job with his character.
You said it touched him.
Yeah.
How did it touch him?
Catholic priest. Hey, now that we saw him, can we? Is it cool if he just shows up next time with like a handlebar or like a Fu Manchu, like something like that?
That'd be great,
dude. Just amazing, walrus type mustache, facial hair.
Gonna get Joe Doolan's beard. Yeah, Joe have a beard like his. Nah, actually, look, they gave him the contacts. How come they couldn't give Jason the green contacts?
You're still mad about Jason's eyes
because. If they gave him the contacts, why couldn't they give Jason the contacts?
Dude, he was way better than fucking. What are you talking about?
Why was it bad, Dan? I thought this one was actually
Dan. I thought Ezra was good. I thought Ezra was A-okay, man.
I thought he was great.
That's not the one I had a problem. I still have a problem with Ahsoka. They just need to act better. She needs to act better, bro.
Yeah, which is surprising because I personally don't care for Rosario Dawson, but she is a good actress. But Ahsoka, she's just deadpan.
Oh yeah, dude. No, I love her, but then again, what she's done is like different type of stuff. I don't. Maybe she's just. I like her because she's attractive. That sucks.
She was great in Clerks too.
Yeah, she's great in Clerks.
She's been great. Light and Magic. If you watch this one, this is a good show. I really enjoyed the first season on Disney Plus. It's getting a second season on Disney Plus. I always enjoy seeing the behind the scenes workings of LucasArts and all that stuff.
See, Dom, there they go. They're giving you new content.
What
more can you ask for?
Yeah, Dom, there you go. Aren't you? This is what you wanted.
You want behind the scenes, but you don't watch it. You don't watch the behind the scenes where George Lucas is like, Catherine Kennedy, you're a god.
We get another show right here. No, actually, I like the first season. I'm excited for the second season. I know it's not what Dom wants. I know it's not what we all want, but it's good content.
Yeah, bro. I hear that. I hear that too, bro.
All right, here we go. Loungefly is debuting a new line of pet accessories. So they're coming out with little backpacks for your dogs.
I can't say anything because the last time I said something about pets, I got 4 strikes. I got reported. They like try to raid my house. So I ain't saying shit.
Dude, that Vader is sweet though. That Vader is sweet. I don't know what the Ewok, but that Vader is pretty cool.
Man, they took my idea, man.
So are those like poop backpacks?
No, because pet owners don't ever pick up their own dog shit. They just leave the shit wherever they can find it, dude.
Do, especially here in New York City.
Especially any place that owns grass. They take that shit, walk by my lakefront property, and will loof it over the fucking fence. Like we don't got cameras and we're not watching you do that shit.
People collected dog shit off of Halloween.
If you don't want to carry dog shit, don't walk your dog past my property. Is that so hard to ask? See, I said this is why I get in trouble with this shit.
You gotta be careful. People are gonna come to your house and throw dog shit bags in your doorstep.
Yeah, we shoot back. So they don't do it anymore. But no, I mean, this is cute if you pick up your own dog poop. For the 3 dog owners that do that, congratulations. You're fucking respectable.
I like the Vader. I don't want the Ewok though. We gotta get what
Ewok.
Ewok.
There's a Boba Fett one coming.
Jedi needs the Ewok though. That's gotta get
Korg. Nice little Korg with it. The other one's a little ankle snipper. Those dogs are horrible, but that Korg's dude. Yeah,
if it was a Luke one, you would like it, Marco.
I know, right? No, I'm telling you, the Korg. You can tell that owner of the Corgi takes care of it and picks their own poop up. That other dog, nah, no shot. No.
You can put doggy treats in there. dog bag.
I love that.
Dude, if you put doggy treats on the back of the
Ruben's
dog,
gonna go
he's just
get a
gonna be trying to
dog.
run around and hit all the time.
Ruben, you
You
can
don't need
just
a
buy
dog,
it. You don't
Ruben.
need a dog. You can just buy one.
Just get it. Just buy it for your kid.
Hey, you can be like all those idiots that put this shit on their little kids.
Put it again.
I
Here,
don't
I got
hate
my dog
dogs. I
bags
hate
over
dog
there.
owners. I have nothing against dogs. They didn't do shit to me.
They probably have a Yoda one, a Boba Fett one, a Jawa one.
Not yet. These are the only two so far, but
I'll tell you this. I'm allergic to dogs, and I do not like when they're in like restaurants. Like, don't bring your fucking dog in the restaurant.
Yeah,
Come on,
I have
that's
issues with
bullshit.
that.
Yeah, that's just gross, man.
they do need to make a Yoda one. I agree. But until then, buy these.
They make some High Republic ones.
There's new Life Day merchandise just for Wookiee. Heading to the shops on Disney on November 1st. So this is the official Life Day sweatshirt that, you got
Look at the
Boba Fett there for you. Dom, you got to buy it.
Probably have to, but he looks like the Great Gazoo from freaking goddamn Fred Flintstone.
You got to buy it though, right? You can't not buy this.
Hey, FOMO, yeah, I do. Yeah.
Dom's got FOMO.
Life Day.
Get it ready, Marco.
This is horrible, dude. I wasn't listening. I was looking at this one where it says, "I hate people." He's got a valid point. This thing is fucking horrible. What is this? I'm just telling you how I'm picking up these sweet fucking sweaters from her universe for $7.
Is this
I
for
bet you
kids?
this thing costs
Is it
$60
kids or adults?
and it looks
That looks like an
shit.
adult.
Oh, jeez.
It looks like they took the art from what not the Flintstones, the other show, the space one.
The
Yeah,
Jetsons.
Jetsons.
Jetsons, thank you.
Jetson.
Meet Boba Fett, his boy Luke, Yoda.
We got to get one for. We
His
got to get one
dog.
for.
Yeah,
Dom.
look at Luke in that picture. Yeah, that looks like a real strong dude in that picture right there. That looks like a guy that's been outside the house, outside his aunt's basement more than once.
Oh, come on.
Yeah.
Hey, listen. Luke is a fucking Jedi. Like his father before him. Leave him alone.
All right, moving on. Also, now if you want some clearance merchandise, this Galactic Star Cruiser merchandise is now available at Disney Hollywood Studios.
How
You
much
can
is
buy
that clearance?
all the props, all the things that the costumes and all that stuff that they would sell there. You can get them now at Hollywood Studios. They're like $99. The
Yeah,
prices
but
are pretty
did people
reasonable.
rent some of that stuff? So do you really want fucking rent like sweaty,
Hey.
like cosplay? No offense, love you cosplayers, love you what you do. Don't want your leftover suits, bro. Like don't want the mix.
I wonder
Don't
how
want
much it's
the
going to be.
sweat and-
No, they're like $79. $79.
Okay.
They're not bad Marco's right. They're they're leftover whatever, but they're cheap prices. They won't last forever. So if you're at Hollywood
I know
Studios,
somebody that we could get one of those for. We should give one as a gift to an old friend. Somebody sent me an old picture of an old friend today that was hanging out with me and Dom in Horn, and I think we should send one to them. He would appreciate it. It's always wife. So we'll look into it. These things were $79.
$79.
They look pretty solid for $79.
You have younger Ahsoka and older Ahsoka.
I just can't with like, I get the smell of cosplay in my head. And
It's like the mask we were talking about last on Friday night, the plastic mask we were growing up with the rubber band and the plastic.
Oh yeah.
Those things smell.
oh yeah.
And you buy the used ones that people sell on eBay.
Well, I know one person that does it, and she always smells nice, but there's too many people that like they just don't. Yeah.
I just wouldn't want those things like hanging on my neck and stuff. You know what I mean? Like they're hanging on your shoulders, but it just feels like you got like these big things just hanging there,
Yeah, true.
But they're also, I know like the lightsaber, like it's all the merchandise from the thing. So
all of it.
lightsabers.
How much are those lightsabers?
I don't remember how much lightsabers were, but they weren't that expensive.
No, I think they were like $129, which is
Yeah.
like half price for like those stuff.
2 minutes, up to 45, 47.
bunch
No
of
nubs,
keychains.
no nubs yet. Nubs never made it, unfortunately.
Yeah, bunch of
Nubs,
keychains.
it didn't-
We'll do one more. We'll do one more story, and then we'll cut news, and we'll come back to news. So Dark Horse announced. We saw this in NYCC that they were going to do this hyperspace stories, Qui-Gon, and they also did the Obi-Wan. What they let us know is they're going to be trade paperbacks. They're not going to be comics, and there's going to be 9 of them that come out next year. So they're going to be about 80 to 88 pages, so about 4 comic lengths. They're going to run for $20, which is pretty expensive, but you know what? Whatever. They're going to have Qui-Gon, Obi-Wan, Leia, Luke, Kylo, Rey, Grievous, Windu, and Vader.
Perfect.
So they gave us knowing that Qui-Gon is going to be stories from all over his life, and it's going to focus on his interactions with the Brotherhood of the Ninth Door. So it's kind of fun to see them bringing the Brotherhood of the Ninth Door into this period.
Teddy bear.
So
Hopefully, Teddy Bear has nothing to do with this shit.
Yep. You
Right?
want
No,
to
it's
pull
not
up
going to. It's done, right? Teddy Bear's done.
what?
Right?
You know,
Teddy Bear's done, right?
Teddy Bear has couple more things.
No, I mean like after that. After this.
yeah, after
Teddy
that
Bear.
is Teddy Bear's done.
Yeah. So there's gonna be no Teddy Bear, which I'm fine with. But this reminds me of the old when they used to do the old one. So like I'm all down with
Are you pulling up the auction or not?
Yeah, I'm gonna in a minute. I'm pulling up. Well, I was, and then I didn't because I was talking because I have to say stuff. Birds dead air. You know, let's see what I went for. All right, boys. 41 seconds left. Let's watch the sniping. Sniper stop sniping. Let's see if it goes live.
So what's that now? 63. What do you think it's going to get to?
Canadian. It's $45.
It's
If it
45,
gets to
47.
85.
I
Or
mean, it
85
should go for
Canadian.
60 US. So whatever 60 US is Canada. Canadian.
Yeah.
Loonitunes, loonies.
Go.
Loonies and toonies. 18 seconds. 17, 16, 15. All right. It's not move. When does it start moving? Like 5 seconds?
It's under a minute. Or it still shows a minute, doesn't it?
So the move
Let's go
now.
7 seconds. 6 seconds.
6 seconds.
There we go.
162. Holy
Oh.
shit balls.
20.
121.62. Wow.
Yeah.
That one
Man,
went for
we should-
higher
we
than
gotta
two.
do
You guys
that
should
before
contact
fucking-
that seller and be like, let me get a cut of this.
Yeah, right. All right, 121.62.
Watch, it's Ruben.
Re-sign me in, so we had to fucking jump that screen out real quick. That's
More
not
news?
what we're doing today.
Ubisoft, it seems like it has delayed Outlaws. They said they were delaying a major game, and they didn't say what it was, and that will now be coming out in the second half of 2020.
Boo.
So 2025.
we are assuming that
So
Outlaws-
it's canceled.
what?
So it's canceled.
It's not canceled.
Every
It's almost
Star
done.
Wars thing is always delayed every time.
It's all games are always
162
delayed. That's how
US.
games work.
No, movies, everything. It's not how games work. Everything that Lucasfilm does is always delayed.
Ahsoka wasn't delayed.
It almost was.
But what?
No,
it wasn't. It wasn't.
They delayed friggin' what is it? The Jude Lord, the friggin' the skeleton.
Yeah,
Crew.
because they have to push content out because of the strike.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
still delayed. It's still a part of the delaying shit. Everything's delayed.
Once again, though, you
Yeah.
didn't listen to the story.
We all knew this was happening.
You didn't listen to the story.
These wasn't even my trigger stories.
Yeah, I mean, this wasn't. You didn't listen to where they said no. They announced it. Disney pushes out, announces it too early, and then.
But
you missed all that.
if it still comes out in 2024, I'm happy. Like, so what delayed to the spring or the
If-
fall?
Yo,
Not a
they
big
gotta push
deal.
that shit back.
You're not even gonna play
You
the
don't
game,
even play
dog.
video games, bro.
You don't
But
play
it's
games.
still a game. It's still Star Wars related, and it's delayed. They're damn pains in the asses, man. I hate those damn people.
Going
I
on.
can't.
This
I
one,
already
now that you
Wow.
had this one, I give up.
after Newton Rings, I couldn't do anything else. I mean, I just don't know. I just don't.
Don't worry,
KOTOR
this won't
will
be
a free
delayed.
game in November for Prime Gaming. So if you're a Prime person, you get Prime Gaming or whatever. You can pick up KOTOR if you haven't played it. It will be free. So
Yeah, KOTOR. You're right. I went and played it the other day. It did not hold up like it used. Like I thought.
no, it doesn't hold up well. But
I never
if you've
played
never
the
played it
second
before
one.
and you want it, you can get it for free for Prime Gaming. But Don will be mad about that for some reason. and more news for gaming wise. Star Wars Dark Forces was getting their
Jesus.
master. They said it now. It will be released on February 28th. This is releasing on PC, Xbox, PlayStation, all the big systems. I will be replaying the Dark Forces with remaster. I'm so glad they are remastering these old.
Oh
games.
no, Double J, you missed it. He set him off like the first thing he set him off. He didn't even let him get past the first. We're gonna have to have a chat with HR after tonight.
It's not my fault.
It is Wayseeker. It is.
I can't do news if you don't want me to set up Tom. It's like there's no news left. And that is the week in Star Wars.
No, that was the week. Jesus, thank you, God. Well, we almost put. I'm glad we put the thing up there early so that we could get through it. It wasn't. It was $162 US. It went to like $312 Canadian. Isn't it?
Really?
Isn't that what happened? That book.
No,
I can't find what's
There was 162
a Canadian.
Canadian.
I believe so, yeah.
Oh, I thought it jumped up one more time. I
I'll
can't
look
find
it up.
right now. We'll look at it
Look
later.
it up.
Yeah, look it up. Doing something else. Doing something else is getting to comics. We got 2 seconds at the end of comics.
It went 121 US dollars, 168.
Yeah, 121 US dollars. Yeah, that's what.
Okay.
All right, so it was 160 something, whatever. That's still a good deal, but shit, that jumped up quick. The round guy said 121 US. All right, That's still good, but shit. Oh yeah, see, look, HR just said it. Trolling fellow runner vision people is not acceptable. It's one of the photo ones. Actually, John, a lot of people got really. It was cheap as shit, but then everybody started going back to those old Dark Horse ones. That one's got a little bit of Dark Nihilus, and two people from. So what? Yeah, from the KOTOR games. It's pretty much got people from KOTOR games in it.
Yeah,
Malik.
It doesn't have Malik. It's got
Treya,
Voss.
right?
No, Mayor Voss, isn't it? The assistant person, the one that's got the chick with
Okay.
the chick.
But yeah, I mean, Nihilus is a cool character.
Yeah.
Cool.
We gotta get Giggles fed as HR because this shit ain't working. All right. We had these 3 books out there. We had D Squad, which is one, but whatever. Those are the covers I had from last week. This fucking thing.
I love this comic. This was great.
This comic was shit.
It was so good.
No, it's
First of all-
it's literally like R2D2 talks in weak whoops, beef bops the whole time, and Murder Joy's just like, yo, dude, I would be murdering people, but I'm not gonna murder people because my buddy's murdering people. He's possessed. And then, well, what's Homeboy's name? Isn't this the dude from
000 BT?
not
what?
000? No, I'm talking about the other guy. Was he one of the space pirate guys? The dude with the haircut and the eye thing.
Yeah, we thought he was dead, but
We thought he was dead, but he's not. All right.
Spoiler.
So here we go. He's like, look, he's possessed. You got to do something about it. And then R2 the whole time's like, use this little thing and we'll fucking zip, zap, boom, weeb, wow, bleep, blop, bloop, blop, weep, blop, boom, boom, chop, chop.
You didn't like the fight
Boop, boop,
between
boop.
BT and
It's fucking stupid. Then he hits
R2
a fucking.
R2 is like, you're gonna.
Okay,
R2's
what's
gonna
the
beat BT every time of the week, and they
what
got
the
that right.
fuck? What? No, but then he gets whooped. He doesn't do it. If it wasn't no, then he hits him into a fucking expressway sign. Which why the fuck that's just sitting around in the middle of fucking nowhere? It makes no sense. And then all of a sudden he actually gets away because he cuts off and he was beating the shit out of R2D2. I didn't show that just so that the R2D2 fans wouldn't get mad. Then he has to get saved by his boy. So here we go. He gets shocked up. No, I did twice. Then when he gets shocked up, guess who shows up? IG-88, because this makes no sense. But now he's hunting the death droids because they killed people, which was stupid. And then they're like, yeah, you're not that big. And then he shoots one of the guys, which, by the way, the death droids could have whooped IG-88's ass, but apparently they didn't. So they backed 000 and the rest of them into a package. So he does the whole fucking Chewie C-3PO bullshit. And then pew pew, here comes another one. Oh shit, here comes Forlom. And now Forlom's like, dude, I'm going after these dudes. And they're like, no, I got these 2 killer droids. They're mouth bounding. He's like, I'm not talking about the killer droids. I'm talking about R2D2. And the other guy goes, oh, that's interesting.
So wait a second. When did Forlom leave Bounty Hunters? Because he was just in there, I thought, last issue.
He was. He didn't leave Bounty Hunters. They're just throwing as much shit into this book as they can.
So no way, IG-88 has 000 on his back, like C-3PO was with the
Chewbacca, yeah.
Yes.
Yep.
oh,
Yeah.
Jesus.
Like Chewbacca.
Chewbacca.
Mm-hmm.
I like this one. I like the idea.
Great book because it had very few words and made little sense. Fucking.
I like how R2 tried to take down IG-88 with the fire.
Yeah, but he got his
extinguisher.
ass whooped. In the end, he got his ass whooped.
I know, but
He
he tried to
didn't
take him
say
down with the
zero.
fire extinguisher.
All right.
It was better than this comic.
No, Afro was better than Afro was
But
better.
your girl's in it.
Only the last panel. Only the last panel.
All right. So, anyways, Afra, they're still doing 2-part stories, which kind of sucks. So Magnus got sent by Leia to go fucking see what was going on in the ship. It turns out there's a bunch of droids that were murdering the whole thing. So then they get in a big fight, and then they just the droids start fucking ripping people's faces off, which is kind of whatever. And then they're trying to get after the 2 cyborg characters. In the meantime, Just Lucky's hanging out at the Tag place, and they're like, yo, why has Tag got this little planet and everything else? And it's like, they spent a lot of money on research and shit. And then all of a sudden, all the fucking Imperial droids get fucking activated. They're like, boom. Tag does this little shield thing, whips the fuck out of all of them. She's pretty badass. I actually don't mind her. I like her in the Afro books. I wish they could just keep Just Lucky and everybody else and just have a fucking Tag /
You know,
Afro
Tag's great.
storyline.
Tag's cool. I mean, and the great thing about this is she's smart enough that you don't have to like fill in the reader with like the whole story because she is able to connect what's happening really fast. So it doesn't.
So they start attacking Afra. She's trying to run with Just Lucky. They get blocked out, but then all of a sudden Tag's like, yeah, I opened it up because I shot somebody in the head. And she's like, listen, we're going to blow all this shit up now because they're fucking all infected. we're just gonna blow everything up. And Aphra's like, cool. See, that's the part that I like about her. She's like very calculated of like, I don't give a shit. You know what I mean? And it's easy way to end stories. Aphra's biggest problem, and a lot of storyline problems are they keep dragging along small, minute, non-points to a fucking larger story that we don't need. And when they have Tag there, you know she's just gonna fucking erase the shit. So they're in Tag ship. And Aphra's still ahead, and she's like, I know that you're the Spark Eternal. And this thing's like, no, we took the Spark Eternal. We're fucking better than that. And by the way, we're going after all these people, including somebody that we saw that one day where you were all sitting around when you died, but you didn't die, and you had all your ex-girlfriends there, all 55 of them. And she's like, oh shit, one of my ex-girlfriends? And she's like, yeah. In the meantime, the droids have caught Magnar, one of her ex-girlfriends, and some other dude who just has cybernetics on his chin for some reason. That's like his whole cybernetic part is a chin, which I don't know what the fuck. So they try to inject him, and it doesn't work, so he fucking dies. And they're like, well, we're going to do better with you. They strap her down. And now she's part of the fucking 3 people now that are infected that they fucking spoiled a month ago. So spoiler alert again, I guess. Who gives a shit?
No one.
Well, pretty good. And
then
then,
you get the
here you go.
Then you get the
Your
panel.
Lady Seekers
that I'm excited for
panel.
Next episode. I'm all in. Give me next
Oh my
week.
God. You
After
love
38,
Karen,
you
'cause
get
look
Santa.
at that Karen. Look at that Karen hip check there. That looks like she wants to talk to your manager, dude. She is going to talk to your manager about showing up at her door.
I don't want to come to you, Santa, but I got nowhere else to go, and you're my only friend left. And Santa's
Nobody
like,
cares.
How come Disney don't bring freaking Afra the damn television? I'm tired, man, of this shit. Having in the comments.
Nobody cares.
They will.
All right, next week we got another Star Wars book, Star Wars 40. God save us. It's not going to be fucking good. For some reason, I do actually like the Rod cover, but I put up the fucking Life Day one just so Dom could have a happy spot in his fucking life, even though it's shit. The Han Solo's in it. That's a shit cover. So are the other covers, but so is Star Wars as a book, so don't buy it. All right. But also coming out next week, we got Hyperspace Stories. We've got 2 covers, which is nice for Dark Horse to be doing A's and B's. And then just as they start doing it, they're going to fucking stop doing Hyperspace Stories and turn into fucking HC. So whatever. Good job. Give us what we don't want.
I know Dom was all high on this book, but you can go on eBay right now and buy them for $3 because nobody wants this one. I know you think it's because it's first appearance of the Bad Batch. It's going to be worth a lot, but
it's the first time that teddy bear's got a fucking red bandana around his head like Rambo. So
I'm glad I got one. I'm glad to see the Bad Batch, but Dom, this one is not going to pop.
I'm gonna grab these for the kids. They really do like Bad Batch, so
It's gonna pop. You know why it's gonna pop? Because I want them to freaking give it to you big time. It's gonna pop.
It's not going to pop. It's not going to
not
pop.
popping. Speaking of, but we'll get to your FOMO later. FOC,
There you go.
we got D Squad. Actually, the A cover is probably the dopest cover out of this. I do usually like those like Reyes ones where he's doing the like yellow shit, but like
But I like to see
Pitroid. Who the fuck wants a Pitroid?
I like to see as well, Dom. I'm with you.
Yeah, I like
Was that the Pitroid? The Pitroid? You guys are
No,
just in love with-
Ajax.
No,
Ajax.
Oh, Ajax. Yeah. All right. Well, either way, the A cover I think is dope as fuck, dude. It looks actually good. So it's got cool droids on it. Ajax looks like some fucking corny shit, but it is some corny shit. So, all right. Then we also got an FAC Star Wars 41. Which cover do you like here? I should just I randomly think covers that you guys might like, so I highlight them.
I like the Luke. The Luke cover. would be,
Good. I got it right.
Yeah.
I
See,
figured you like the Luke.
I don't like the Luke because it reminds me of the Rebellion cover. That's the 1 in 100. That's way cooler. It has like the yellow lightsaber, but it's the Virgin.
and
I think it's
do
also Rod Rice, the 1 in
action
100.
figure variant of Qui-Gon. I like that.
Oh fuck! Of course.
I don't,
you
I
do.
don't know the 25 incentive one.
Yeah.
That to me looks like a Star Trek cover. Like
Yeah.
that
Well,
looks
I don't know
like
about that, but
Enterprise.
it looks like Luke's taking a shit and he's about to die.
Well, no, I'm just thinking. Well, no, I'm just thinking it looks like the Enterprise.
It kind of does. I give you that.
It didn't look good, so I put it as smaller. But I figured Dom would say that he likes Luke because he likes Luke.
Which one do you like, that Marco?
Out of them, if I had to buy one, which I'm telling you right now, I'm not buying this fucking book. I would have bought the Rod Reyes one because it's probably $1. I mean, I might buy it years later for $1 because that's what it's $1. I mean, it's the least fucking horrible out of all the. I mean, you're asking which one is the first of the last place losers. This is what we're doing here, right? And that's it. What's the chat saying? Something good apparently. All right, new seg, no more Fomo. So Dom, as you can see, he's got a different wall behind him. He's promised he's turning over a new leaf. Giggles Fett smacked him across the head with a couple of boards to try to change it around. So Dom's got no more Fomo. He also got kicked out of his local LCS for talking too much shit. Okay, so here we go. So because of that, this was a book that Dom was talking about last week. It came out this week, and if you were pre-ordering this book, the pre-order was around $62.38 for the high. And we told Dom, don't get Fomo. He said, don't worry about it. We didn't know he didn't get Fomo because he can't go to his LCS. But since he did wait, we now have multiple options for him for the 1 in 25. Say no more to Fomo. They start selling October 26th this week for $9.99 and $14.99. And availability on these are anywhere from $5.50. Well, that was still going on, but it had 2 bids at $5.50 at the time. A bunch of $10 books for a 1 in 25. I actually like this cover too. Dom already put a bid on one to pick one up for this price. We're just letting you know that's what's going out there. And congratulations, Dom. No more FOMO, buddy.
You saved $50.
Yeah, you save $50. $50.
$50 will go to something better when I go to freaking Staten.
No, you guys still save it for the next one. So you're not going to be able. What'd you say you're going to buy back here? Yeah, dude. What'd you say? We're good because we're going to pull that one up.
No,
which is
the
the one you said.
I'm going to save that
this
money.
one right here.
Which one?
This right here.
Okay.
Okay, we're going to look at it next week. We're going to see if you're on a roll. If you're 2 for 2, maybe we'll just buy you some. No, I don't think that's doing any good, but we'll try it. We'll figure it out. We'll look at FOMO next week. We'll see. All right. And last up, I know we got some comments about asking what the right cover was over there. What this is a conversation. We might start doing this from now on because we're sick of them slow rolling us with covers and not releasing them. As some of you know, this was the original art for the dust jacket for Thrawn, the first book. This was the actual picture that Matina took and then made his own. Is that what we're calling it nowadays? Homaging, whatever the fuck I mean, if you were there around the time, that wasn't the nice thing they were saying about him, but it was. So we decided if he can do it, so can we. For those people that don't know, they've released 2 of the Thrawn covers for Thrawn Alliance #1. They've released the A cover. They've released the Paul variant, which is dope. I love that Paul variant, guys. I mean, I really do love it. But I was thinking what could be better because Wayseeker has been asking about one of these, and he said there's a Thrawn Alliance promo variant. Now, since we know that the Matina was used off of the dust jacket for the novel book, and the other 2 books, by the way, there's a version and one with a trade dress on it for the Clark, but it's going to be the same book. We decided we would try to use some of their promo stuff. We looked up some of their stuff, and there's a couple things there that we thought was pretty cool. There was a promo piece that they were getting signed when they were traveling around for the trilogy, which is the middle cover. We just put Pete did this. Shout out to Pete. So good job doing this. I think that one looked dope. And then there was 2 Jazz Jacket covers. The promo piece originally for Alliance was the right one. They ended up making that the Barnes and Nobles, I think, cover. Wasn't it the Barnes and Nobles cover?
I think so.
It was the Barnes and Noble cover. The one on the left was the San Diego Comic-Con cover, which we hear there's a poster of that too. So we add those 2 and put them together. Want to see what you guys think about those. Dude, listen, I have no problem with what Dina did to I love having dust jackets as, like, if they're good ones, like, I love having the dust jackets as comic covers. Like, I have no problem with that. I didn't know what your guys' feelings were on that, but I figured the first one's cool. I like the middle one, to be honest. I don't think we're going to get the middle one.
The middle one's great.
I like the first one because you get Thrawn before he's an Imperial when he's still a Chiss, so in his Chiss outfit.
Oh, yeah, that's cool.
So that's kind of cool because that's part of the book. But I really don't like the Anakin in the first one. And I feel like that's the weaker story of the book when we talk about the book a little bit later. Like, there's 2 stories. There's the Thrawn and the Vader, and there's Thrawn and Anakin. But I really do like the Chiss outfit because we've never seen him in a Chiss outfit. We've always seen him in the Imperial outfit.
That is super cool, dude.
So
the middle one, just spoiler alert, was the promo for the next book in this series. So it just is what it is. There was one other piece. We didn't know if Jedi was going to be here or not. We really hope it isn't, because the major promo piece that they did have that came with this book, and if this happens, I think we're all fucked.
No, Jedi's happy.
Jedi's happy as shit.
Jedi is so happy.
The promo pieces that came with this book. So we do think it's going to be where something of this version. Obviously, they're just not going to copy and paste like we did it, but they'll do something like Matina did and make a version of it. But the last promo piece we have for an option is option number 4.
Huh. Jedi's hoping. He's praying right now. He's like,
Believe
what
it or
do
not,
I have to do to make
third was
this
the best
be the
one? Brian
cover?
say third was the best. He liked the Vader one. Yeah, that was the main cover. That was the main cover. But yeah, so this was the promo piece that went out with this book. I fucking hope this is not the promo piece for the Thrawn book. I really hope it's not. I mean, for the comic, this is not.
Joe wants it. Joe wants this one.
You guys like this? There's no way. If you get, come on, you're not. Like, if this is the 1 in 50 or 1 in 25, because it won't. It probably is not going to be the one because Clark's not going to trace this out.
It probably will be.
Not for a Thrawn book.
Not for Thrawn 1.
This should be like This should be for like Queen Shadow or
I mean, it did say promo piece. This was the major promo piece for that because when Wayseeker said it, I was like, "Fuck, man." Well, technically, they did promo out the white cover first. This one back here on the right, the one on the way right with Vader. It's actually a lot longer. Like there's a whole promo thing on
I have it.
So I was like, "That's kind of cool." But then I was looking and I was like, "Shit, dude! It does say promo cover. Like back here where they're giving you the FOC on it. It says the promo variant." Technically, the promo that came with the book was this. This was the promo piece. And we didn't doctor this up. This is like fucking how it came, bro.
I mean, it's a pretty picture. It just doesn't work for Thrawn.
No. We'll explain why it's a. We're going to get into it right now, explain what the book is about, maybe some of the key appearances that are going to happen in the book that we're going to see in the comics, including first appearances, so Dom can go, hey, man, this is going to be a popping book because this first appearance happens.
Well, back in the day, if Hasbro was doing the comic book covers and stuff like that with the figures, you would have had that Thrawn figure in the Chiss outfit with the Anakin. They would have had the double pack with that if they were still doing those things.
If that cover rolls out, they can still do it. You know what I like about the set? I don't know if you guys can see clearly that middle cover, but this piece of promo art from the middle cover, that's him with the entire, like a whole bunch of Chiss behind him.
Yeah.
Like that's him in his Imperial uniform with a whole bunch of Chiss behind him. And I think that's cool. What a lot of people want.
That's cool.
It's cool as fuck.
Hey, Marvel, get to work. Let these be the covers.
Oh, Del Rey always does better. All right, so let's get into it now. So for those people that don't know what, Thrawn Alliance is coming out in December. There's going to be some first appearances that are going to come out there. We're going to get you familiar with the names of some of the first appearance or groups that if you're a Dom, you might want to pre-order or hunt for to let you guys know. I mean, just don't overspend on it. This isn't like a, hey, buy these freaking characters, blah, 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 blah. This is like, hey, just make sure when it comes out, when you got your pre-order, you don't have to do whatever. You can just get them pretty cheap.
Shit, I don't think we're going to have books like we had with the Matita covers in the first series. I don't think we're going to have books like that. And again,
if they do, I'll be honest, if they do any of these three,
it could be pretty expensive.
Yeah, if they do one of these three books, it's expensive.
Yeah.
Especially if they do a virgin. And they don't even have to, though. Like, think about that. Like, the Matita's not a virgin. You know that, right? Like, it says Thrawn on it.
I'll tell you what's going to happen is that if they do store variants, maybe we will get something if they do that. But other than that, I don't know. There's going to be more books than we had with the first series.
There will be a lot more books. There'll be some store variants for it. It will, jump the numbers up for sure. JJ, if you're around,
yes,
hop on.
And
if not, we're going to get started, I guess. But this is what he's talking about. This is the official, full scale.
Yeah.
With you see Vader with the lightsaber and the whole, because it was a wraparound cover for the book.
It was two. There's this one, and there was the SDCC, which was the other one. Yep.
Yeah.
So we're going to briefly review the book for those who don't know what Thrawn Alliance is about, and then we're also going to talk about potential first appearances. I'll be honest, of the 6 books, this was my least favorite by far.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah.
I just think it seemed so. Spoiler alert! Fuck it. There's 7 books out now. So fucking real spoiler alert, right? But
there's 6, isn't it?
6. Is it 7? I thought they did the first one already. Didn't they release the first?
No,
one?
they're going to release
they're going to. So
December or January.
How long ago was 6? Was 6 like? It seemed like forever ago. It was pre-pandemic,
last year.
No, it was longer than that, wasn't it?
No, it was last year.
That's why I get confused.
Because I want to say I want to say that middle cover, they actually did the version of that as the San Diego Comic-Con exclusive cover.
Last year. That could be it.
Or whenever they did, I think.
I thought it was 21 when that came out for the promo art, but whatever.
I think
that might be 21, and then the third one came out. So
So either way, the problem with it was it seemed like they wanted to pigeonhole Thrawn a way to have him know that Anakin was Darth Vader, right?
Right.
And it was very choppy how they did that.
It was also a really weird Vader when we talk about stuff and Anakin stuff. We'll talk about it a little bit, but basically, I just put this here. These are the main characters. The main characters of this book are Thrawn, Padme, and Anakin, and Vader. But Anakin is Vader. So he will write tons of books. He wants to write more.
Yeah, he's got 3 more.
Yeah, there's gonna be 9 at
He's got 3
least.
more ready to go.
Yeah. Whenever they greenlight it, he's ready to go.
And technically, there already is 9 if you count Heir of the Empire trilogy.
Yeah,
And you got more than that if you want to be honest, because you got to talk about the Thrawn stuff too. So the main characters are here, but it has 2 storylines. One storyline takes place after Clone Wars Season 5, after Ahsoka leaves. It features heavily Padme and Anakin meets up with Thrawn on one side of the storyline. The other one takes place after Rebels Season 3, but before Rebels Season 4, right after Thrawn has lost with Bendu. And so he gets sent. The Emperor sends away Thrawn and Vader so they can work out their hostility together. And that's the other storyline.
Just like if you thought Tarkin thought that Vader was just a thug, no, Thrawn really sees it as like he doesn't get it, but he sees something as a thug. But also, it feels like the Emperor's. This is the part that I didn't like. It feels like the Emperor really put Vader there so that Thrawn would deduce that he's Anakin. Like that was like the whole underlining part, which didn't make much because he didn't need to do that.
It also felt like couples counseling.
Yeah,
it did. Yeah.
But there was some really we'll talk about it later when we get some first appearances in here. There was 2 things that were really great out of this book. So
yeah.
Go ahead. Sorry, I'm joking.
You got 2 big bads. I don't have pictures for one of them. I got the other one. I just put a picture there. You got Duke Soa. That's the picture of Count Dooku, which is not, but he is from Sereno. He is not related that we far know of to Count Dooku, but he works for the Separatists and kind of runs a program. So he is the big bad of the one storyline, and the second storyline, the big bad are the Grisk. We'll get into the Grisk, why they're so important, and why that might be a really interesting first appearance.
It's going to be funny to see what they look like, because I'm 50-50 that there's another character that they fucking sure as shit might look like. We're going to figure it out.
Count Dooku.
Yeah. Well, that guy does because he's a Surat. It's the
same planet.
Nah, did you not listen to what he said?
I know it's the same planet, but it looks. Come on,
he said that's a picture of Count Dooku, but we don't have a picture of
Count Dooku. I know.
It's a book with words, not a comic book.
I know.
But he has in the book, he has the cape of Sereno, and so it would have the same cape as Dooku. So that's the best I could come up with. Whatever.
It's very interesting. Yeah. Rogue, do you think that the Grisk, that there's another group controlling the Grisk?
I'll be honest. I don't. I mean, I barely remember this book because I just thought it was just so bad.
Yeah.
And I just tried to plow through it because it was just so bad. I don't remember exactly what the Grisk did.
So they were actually the main antagonists toward the Chiss people that were trying to invade into the Emperor's, they were about to come into normal space. So
yep. And so
yeah, that's right.
And the other 3 books feature the Chiss, like Jixus was a Grisk, all of those, and so it was setting up the Grisk for the first time in this book, which features heavily in the second trilogy. So
that's right.
And it had
the Emperor he feels a disturbance of the Force, and it's the first time that he knew of that the Grisk were entering into the Empire space.
And how he introduces them is very similar to how the Yuzan Vong have been written before, and that's why it's very Yuzan Vong-esque, like verbiage and semi descriptions. So,
yep,
yeah.
So, what do you say, Tom?
No, I'm going to say that we might get in this comic, we might get the a picture of what the grist is really going to look like.
I'll tell you this:
we're
if
going
one
to
of those-
get it. If we don't get a picture of what the grist look like, not covering the book.
Yeah, then nobody's gonna buy the book. But I tell you this: if that shit shows up on the cover, buy two.
Yeah.
Buy two. Buy fucking two.
No FOMO
They
here.
got, they got
FOMO
no
here.
teeth.
Oh, wait.
We know they have no teeth. They kind of got weird, scaly skin and pointy ears. But I can't even begin to picture what they look like. And I saw pictures of people trying to do it, but they always have like these menacing teeth, and we're like, they don't have teeth. It says in the book, so I don't know what they're gonna look like.
Yeah.
So
I thought the teeth thing was all. So like the Yuzan Vong didn't believe in using like force and like
Technology and stuff.
over exaggerated technology, and these Grisks seem like they're toothless and like they don't so
Yep.
Very
So those
similar
are
to
big
this.
bads. You got some supporting characters in this book. On the one side, for the the Clone Wars area, you get 3 people who lived on the planet that help Padme and Anakin and Thrawn infiltrate the Separatist base where they're producing all of the stuff. On the other side, in the Rebels timeline, you got Rook. And you got Varanus or whatever guy's name is. Can't think of
so
that.
Rook is the bounty hunter / guy that runs around during Rebels. For people that don't know,
That was Thrawn's right-hand man.
yeah, well, assassin.
Yeah.
So when you're asking if he ever hurts anybody, does physical harm to anybody, he has a fucking assassin dude that just goes out and whacks people, and he gives orders to do that. So, and he fights a lot too in some of these books, especially you get to see it in this book a little bit too when he gets to his training areas. Have we seen that character before in comics there, Wasey?
Well, we'll talk about that in a little bit.
Okay, sorry. I'm rushing your book report here.
You are. You're
okay.
doing it down, so that's okay.
Well, yeah, but I mean, yeah. Go ahead.
And then you got Pharaoh. Pharaoh plays a big part in this one. And we talked about Pharaoh's first appearance, which is Thrawn 4, which is one that Margaret said people are sleeping on, is an important character. So again, she plays a big role in this one. Well, I think we'll potentially see her again. This one does not feature some of the characters that we liked. I think that was the other downside of this one. Like Arlani doesn't play a big role in this one, and Vanto doesn't play a role in this one at all.
Yeah.
And so I think that was really part of the disconnect in this book too. Is some of the characters that we really fell in love with in the first book don't play a big role.
Yeah, Thrawn does because they train the Triss how to fight. So there's a bunch of parts where he's kicking people's asses.
A big part of the story from both parts centers around Cortasis. We've seen Cortasis in the Afro comic book quite a bit. It's the thing that can stop lightsabers, can short them out, and can to make sure blaster fire doesn't get through. And so the Separatists, there's JJ. The Separatists are able to try to produce armor with Cortasis so that nobody could shoot them, and also the Jedi couldn't come after them with their lightsabers. And so they were actually doing it pretty well. They were just having some difficulties, but they were finding a way of using this very unstable thing into armor, and they were doing it on this planet. We first saw Cortasis for the very first time in canon in New Dawn, but we see it in comics heavily in Afro with the Tag Corp experimenting with it. And we do later learn that the Grisk were using in Cortasis later in the other ones to do a gravity well projector, which can pull ships out of hyperspace.
You're burying the lead on this, Wayseeker.
What?
You're burying the lead because I know that I know somewhere in here you're going to talk about a fucking important part in this book, and you're burying the fucking lead on it. It
I'm
starts
just
with an
telling you
S
the
and ends with an
storyline.
Walker. If they wanted all this, they would have read the book. Get to the point that's important on this book. Go.
First appearances. That was
Oh,
It's all
no.
important. You have to listen to all of it.
What?
Go ahead.
Go ahead,
Go
JJ.
ahead.
What do you want to say?
No, I just said it's all important. Marco has to listen to all of it.
Yeah, no. First appearances in this, characters that you might want to look out for the comics. Handmaiden Duja, she's another handmaiden. This one's just
Don't like
for
this
Jedi.
about that.
This is
Jedi will love this.
Jedi wants all the first appearances of the handmaidens.
Yep.
There you go. You're gonna get handmaiden Duja, even though she's just a corpse in this book. Whatever, it's still gonna be her first appearance. Whatever. It's what sends Padme and Anakin out to this foreign space. Pick that up if you're Jedi, because that's the one you're going to look at. Another one that I pick up is Janet. He was a bartender at Batu, and so
You know,
they
you
always
could
like-
just throw any fucking bartender there. People wouldn't know what he looks like. Dude.
I'm just
what?
saying.
You threw a
You know
fucking
how
building.
they loved to spec on Batu and Olga's Cantina. Well, that's Janet for you. Other ones, Commander Kamund, he was the head of the First Legion. He was actually a good character. I actually thought he was like one of the first times that we saw a person that worked for Vader who was respectable and knew what they were doing. And Thrawn actually really respected Kamund. Kamund doesn't die. We don't know what happens to him. He's not in this picture, but this is the First Legion is the one that went on Hoth. And so he was at some point a commander within that. And so another first appearance is Volt Scaris. You might remember Volt Scaris from Rebels. Was one of the flight commanders in quite a few episodes. He ends up dying in Rebels. And so, not a huge lifespan after this book. Hera takes him out in Rebels, but he will be first appearing in comics. So if you like Rebel stuff, is Duja hotter than Dorme? Probably. Yeah. So other first comic appearances are the Grisk, the Skywalkers, which Marco will want to talk about when he gets back there. Duke Solon, which you talked about, and the Three Brothers. Those are some of the comic appearances that will most likely come in this aspect. I don't know where Marco went, but anything else you want to add, JJ? Before I get into the last thing?
The
What?
brothers are the characters that ruined this book.
They were bad.
If you listen to the audiobook, it's even worse because the narrator always tries to make like a separate voice for each character, and he must have run out of voices or something because they literally have weird Irish accents, just inexplicably, all of them.
What are they, Boondock Saints?
Yeah,
It was the infiltration of the Separatist base took 100 pages, and it didn't need to take more than 10 pages, if my memory was right. It lasted forever, and this planet and how they had to sneak in.
It was just a badly written book. I mean, they didn't have enough story. They didn't have enough story to do one or the other, and they tried to do this duality story, and it just didn't work.
Yeah. Marco's not talking to anybody on the show, so I don't know what's going on.
So he probably knew that he was going to lose this soon to Dave just fucking the character up, so he tried to get out as much content as he could. Kind of like what he's always done.
But
this was the first book that Jedi read. He thought this was the first book for Thrawn. So when he read it, he was like, what the fuck? This Thrawn character sucks. And we're like, dude, did you read the first book? He's like, yeah. We're like, did you read the first book? He's like, yeah. But he read this book first. So I can see why he had Padme. I can see why he wasn't a huge fan.
I mean, I think one of the interesting parts about this, the Grisk, I think when we talk about comic appearances, they can be really important. The Skywalkers are also pretty fascinating. When you talk about Chiss culture, Skywalkers are force-sensitive kids. Because the Chiss don't have navicomputers, they aren't able to go through unknown space like you can, in the Empire and all of those known areas. Right. So they use kids who are force sensitive to travel through hyperspace as their advantage.
And I mean, they're setting that Skywalker thing up to be something they can use later. You know what I mean? It is purposely in there that one of these Skywalkers is going to, be a big deal. So, I mean, showing them and explaining them, that's probably the Gisk and the Skywalkers are probably the two things out of this book that I'm just like, damn, dude, they're going to make shit go. So, the rest of it was nonsense.
But basically for the Chiss, the book revolves around the Grisk understand that the Chiss have this advantage of using the Skywalkers, and so they try to kidnap some of the kids. And so Thrawn has to go recover these Chiss kids, and Vader gets kind of mad at Thrawn for prioritizing the Chiss people over the Empire.
Which is what I think that's I guess the other good point about this is if you didn't know by this time that this book did have heavy. It wasn't even hints. It told you that Thrawn's loyalty is not. This isn't the heir of the Empire Thrawn loyalist where he's loyal to the Empire, like the Emperor. Sorry, he is 100% loyal to the Chiss first, and then it progressively goes downhill. He sees the Empire and the Emperor as a means to the end. And I guess when you take those, see, now that we're repeating it, like some of the stuff out of here, yeah, the fucking Skywalker stuff was like the Anakin stuff was stupid. And yeah, the back and forth with Vader was kind of dumb. But like the end core of this book, hey, we're going to introduce this species. Hey, the Skywalker stuff, as in the kids, the Padawans, the Chiss Padawans, pretty much is what they are. And by the way, they lose their power when they turn like 12 or 13, right?
Yep.
Yeah, basically when they hit puberty.
And then when they hit puberty, they lose it.
I-
Which is, I think, like at that point, that's what I always thought that didn't make sense about what they did in this last Ahsoka thing. Because you'd figure that Ezra was going out there to try to figure out how that he still has powers in the Force after puberty, right? Like, if you were Thrawn, the Great Thinker, I mean, spoiler alert on Ahsoka, but it doesn't matter because it was shit anyways. But like, wouldn't that have been a better storyline that Ezra was out there and Thrawn was using him to try to train up the Skywalker? So because they pretty much get thrown away, these kids that he has a relationship with and that he saved and everything else, after they hit puberty, they pretty much turn into like. I mean, I guess there's a link to the Handmaid's Tale, but
weren't months of Skywalker. Sorry, go ahead, JJ.
I was gonna say they don't get thrown away. Don't they get reused as like the handlers for them?
No, they don't.
No.
They would only
Or is that just the one?
only Thalias or whatever her name
Thalias,
was able to
yeah.
do that.
But
which
also,
I'd be surprised if she doesn't show up. By the way, go ahead.
weren't
She's
the
important.
Skywalkers mainly mainly girls though too?
Yeah,
Yeah, they were all girls.
Like, yeah, I was gonna say I don't think there was any boys that were Skywalkers.
no,
it's a
Maybe
valid
why he
point.
didn't
only
use
females.
Ezra.
Yes.
That might be why he didn't want to use Ezra's, because he didn't associate the same.
Yeah, but at the time when this was being written and everything else, there wasn't 50,000 fucking Jedis running around.
They are just kids, John.
Just kids, yeah.
But I mean, to me, during the time when we read it in this book, because we didn't have the prequel, which is the second trilogy.
Yeah.
These characters didn't mean too much. Like the Grist and Skywalkers, like, oh, okay, that's kind of cool, whatever. It wasn't until you read the prequel trilogy and you're like, oh, this is what you're doing with them. That
Right.
really
Oh, yeah,
made them like a good character.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
to
yeah.
me, they're
That's
kind
right.
of throwaway in this.
But see, that's why I still have the feeling that there's something even more powerful behind the Grisk.
I don't think there is. I think the Grisk are the ultimate powerful.
So you
people.
just think that this book made them so weak that this book, I just have a tendency because they were so bad in this, or like,
But
it
doesn't they
wasn't.
mention that.
Go ahead,
so
Jay.
who's the Grisk villain from the prequel thing?
Jixus.
Yeah.
Jixus, yeah. Don't they mention that there's kind of a hand behind Jixus?
I thought he did. That's
Not
where
for
I'm
us.
always
I'm
keeping
pretty
that
sure
in the
they
back
do,
of my
so-
head.
I thought there was a Grisk behind Jixus, though. That's how I interpreted that. But there is.
Oh, well, maybe it is. Yeah, maybe it's.
Well, I hope it's not,
powerful.
because if it's so, it makes it weaker. But either way, there's a Grisk is going to have a point of coming through where they're still.
So the way I took it is, rightly or wrongly, the Emperor knows that Thrawn is loyal to the Chiss people. The Emperor
Agreed.
knew that. Vader didn't like it, but the Emperor didn't mind it because the Emperor understood that the threat is the Grisk. And so as long as he has Thrawn loyal to the Chiss people, that means Thrawn is always going to be going after the biggest threat, which is the Grisk.
Yeah.
And so the Emperor didn't mind that he wasn't loyal to the Emperor
Well,
because
I thought it was more along the lines of he wanted it. He saw Thrawn as a bigger asset. I don't think he was worried about the Grisk. I think he just saw Thrawn as the bigger asset to be used, until they couldn't use him anymore.
I thought it's a two-part. And that's why I always thought the Grisk was like the sub, like it's the under boss villain, right? Boss villain A, and there's going to be a boss villain B, is because he saw as two parts. One, Thrawn is the means to expansion for the dark side of the Force, for the Sith, and which gives him a lot bigger area. I mean, a lot bigger area to do stuff with. He probably knows about the Skywalkers, because that way he can then find Force sensitive kids and just use them even after they get thrown away. And number two, it gives like a buffer for whatever's coming, and that's where I think that's why he gives them some of the technology so that they can use that. That was my whole opinion on it, on these books and everything else.
yeah, the one thing he says though is that he feels a great disturbance. The Emperor feels a great disturbance of the Force, and so that's why I always thought it was the Grisk that they were sending it out. But Vader didn't think that the Grisk were a threat. So
Either way, when you guys start hearing us say like, "Hey, the Grisk," we see that the Grisk, or we hear the Grisk coming out in this comic, probably one you should pick up. Same thing with the Skywalkers, because there's a girl
Yeah.
Skywalker there that Thrawn really does get like a link to, a bond, almost like an adopted daughter type scenario. So
He's her commander.
what?
He's her commander.
He is
Right.
her commander, yes. But remember, she was a chiss, and then she's get gone, and then he uses her to like come back and mentor the chiss. So.
And the reason for
Or
that
not
too,
just
I don't want to
Skywalker.
spoil everything, but Thrawn has a sister, and so his sister was taken from him because he later figures out that she was a Skywalker.
It's very much Jedi Order, right?
Yeah,
The Skywalker thing, and the fact that they basically kidnap the kids, keep them in isolation away from their family,
No,
don't let them see their family.
please not.
I mean, it's very similar to Jedi Order. The way the Jedi Order brings in children is the same way that they bring in children.
Yeah, but then at the end when they're done with them, they become prestigious. Well, they go to families. They get the family names and become like a prestige for that family. So,
but they don't return.
Yeah, but it's more like a
Well, that's more like a military service thing, though, right?
Yeah, it's more like a trophy thing that they use.
Yeah, they're more of but it's just like saying these Skywalkers came from our family. They say.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, yep. So it does play a really important part in the the second trilogy, because we do learn a lot of Thrawn's backstory, and the main Skywalker's name is Sherry, and she shows up in the third book, but maybe they find a way to bring her in. Or something.
Maybe
overlaps with this.
What?
There's one point where the second trilogy like overlaps, where he meets Anakin.
Yeah.
Right. That, and you're going to see, if you see the Skywalker, you could see her as a younger Skywalker, is what you can kind of, which is what you would kind of think of what would happen, whatever. So, no, that's good. Yeah. Good shit.
One more.
Go ahead.
One more slide, which is Marco already ruined. Rook. Is this a first appearance or is it not? So Rook was the character from Rebels there. Rook has appeared in comics. Rook appears in Heir to the Empire. You can see these slides from either the comic appearances from Heir to the Empire.
The gym in Heir to the Empire.
What?
He's really hitting the gym there in Heir to the Empire.
Yeah.
Rebels there.
Got some roid phase going.
But looks very different character. You might not even realize that it is, it's the same character. And so, it might not be. So Timothy Zahn this year at a con talked about that Rook may be a title or a common name, and it may not be the same character. So it might
like
just
Smith.
It might just be a common name. And so you can't say that the Rook from Heir to the Empire is the same Rook that we find in Rebels and this book. The one that dies, because I don't think he's done writing Rook, and he said he was. Filoni did not tell him that Rook was going to die, and so I think he kind of got pissed at Filoni for killing off one of his characters.
Which means that he will be putting that motherfucker all over. One thing we know about Dark Empire, that Heir to the Empire is one thing. Don't piss him off, because he'll put that shit all. Hey, it's like mayo on a hot dog. He'll spread that shit everywhere, bro.
He gave Filoni permission to use the character. He didn't give Filoni permission to kill the character off. And so I think he got really upset that Filoni killed off one of his characters that he was not done telling a story about. So I think this is one of his way of saying that, it's not the same character. But we'll see what he does, and we'll see when he's allowed to write more. But Rook appears in quite a few of the Legend books. So
A Rook, you mean A Rook, not the same Rook that's supposedly in Clone Wars. It's two different books, supposedly.
So it might be a first appearance of a character. It might not be. I don't know how you would spec on that until later after we see what.
Not overpay for either one is what I'm telling you. That's what I would do.
Yeah.
So
the Fomo.
Do we know where the new trilogy is going to line up at? Have they spoiled that yet?
Supposedly,
they haven't let him do it yet. So
supposedly it's supposed to be after. So it's supposed to be after the first trilogy. Like it's supposed to be after. So like,
but I thought they announced it's supposed to be coming out like in the year.
No. It hasn't been announced yet. So what he wants to do, he wants to write a book about him and Ezra and their time in that 9-year gap.
That's what he's supposed to be doing. The after.
Okay.
But Filoni and Disney have not given him the okay to do that yet. And so he talked about in the latest interview that he is pitching an idea In the meantime, until Filoni, gets the story down,
Which is
and
probably going to be about Rook.
what do you do? He wants to write a story without Thrawn, with the Chiss, where they run into Snoke and Snoke's army, and the Chiss beat Snoke's army in the Unknown Regions. And so, hopefully, he gets the okay for that book, because that's the one that he is pitching for his next book as a standalone one-parter. Until
And I think they'll. I mean, especially if they have a Rey movie coming up, they'll definitely let him do it. So they will definitely let him do it. Hopefully, I mean, Del Rey is the better writers, anyways.
He has
so.
some non-Star Wars trilogy or something too that is supposed to be coming out soon. I think it's already written, but
it is done. Yeah. Yeah, he writes so many books. He writes like 3 or 4 books a year.
Yeah.
And they're all pretty good. I've read some of his non-Star Wars stuff, and it's good.
All right. Cool. Thank you, Wayseeker. Let's get into what.
Before you move on, real quick, I have a question. Do you think
go ahead.
they should? Your opinion of the comic adaptations?
Yes.
It's taken so long to get to the second book. It's what, 5 years?
They should just roll second, third. Yes.
You think just keep rolling or just stop?
Well, okay. So one of the things was the first book that was under what's her name from Michigan, Amos, and she ended up leaving.
I know they're different editors and publisher, or not publisher, but heads. But you know what I'm talking about? Leaders of the
editor. So that's what it was. It was she really liked the character. She pushed for it to come out. She got that one out, and then after she left, they let it DOA, which is kind of why. I mean, to be honest with you, Afra's kind of just been in limbo too because she was behind that. So Heather Antos, for the people that don't know who we're talking about, she was the editor for some of these Star Wars stuff. And then, so yeah, that's why they left it. They stopped that title after that because it wasn't a thing, right? And then Dave lashed onto it. Unfortunately, Del Rey probably should have pushed more for a comic linking to that, but they were already having problems with IDW and getting rid of where they're going to go next. So it just was like bad timing. I'd assume at how they're pushing out horse shit like Mandalorian season 2 and
doesn't mean they're moving so much faster on that than they have
Obi-Wan dribble. Yeah, but that's because they know people. That's because they know people. Like somebody pitched that, like, "Oh, dude, we should do this. Star Wars fans would like it." Nobody was pitching Thrawn, and now they see how popular Thrawn is because like when you look at the mentions from Ahsoka, Balin got a bunch of great mentions. Shin got a bunch of messages. Hera got a bunch of good mentions.
Is this just like a quick? Is that doing just this like a quick cash grab, and you think they'll just stop?
I think it is. I think they're seeing what they can do with the books now because they got cash grab with the Mandalorian 1 and 2, and they're gonna hit. I mean, if they're gonna hit on it, they're gonna hit on it because people are going to the forums. There's a lot of chatter on the forums that are looking forward to this, actually looking forward to now coming back and doing novel because they used to do it with Dark Horse all the time. Yeah. The novel adaptation. Oh, yeah. So like there's a lot of people who are looking forward to this coming back, not just like speculators and not just like there's a lot of Doms out there. They're like, yeah, cool, it's Star Wars. Didn't read the book anyways, I'll read the comic. You know what I mean?
I can't wait for the comic adaptation of Ahsoka. First Balin and Shin. That's gonna happen. And people are gonna go out there.
You don't need a comic of a TV show. I understand a comic of a book.
Yeah.
Because it's different. It's
if they make comics and movies, why can't you have a TV show?
Because people watch the TV shows. Like people don't read the books. They're different lanes.
He didn't get Thrawn didn't get big for that. Thrawn got big from two things. The old heads like the revisionist history that they did where they rewrote the Thrawn trilogy. The new people that like Rebels liked him in Rebels. But what I'm saying is like Ahsoka's getting a negative feedback for her movement and her acting in Ahsoka. Thrawn, they said he looked funny, but that went away. People actually liked the way he turned out in live action. People were like, hey, man, when are we going to see him next? We want more of that. They want more him. They want more Balin. They want more Hera. Ezra's 50-50, let's be honest. I mean, I liked Ezra, but he's 50-50.
I liked Ezra myself.
And they like Balin and Shin. And that's where it ends. So
I'm still waiting for the lesbian lump scene. Shin and freaking goddamn...
Okay, Dom. So anyways, Rogue, what were you going to say?
I was going to say, I'd rather have, if you're going to give me Balin and Shin as first appearance, give us a prequel to the Ahsoka. Give us that, or give us a Balin solo story to fill in the gap so we don't have to have...
That's what Star Wars comics and books are the best. Yeah. No, but that's what they're best, Rogue. You're right. When they used to give us these little pitch-in, like Star Wars, the actual series of Star Wars, that did, like, it kind of did give Luke a history of being a badass because he went after the diaries. He got blown up by Boba Fett. Like that, adding that type of context is great. Redoing the bullshit that we saw on TV and doing it poorly as recap Cliff Note shit is not good. It's just not good. Well, right? Am I wrong? Like I get it. I get it. People aren't going to read novels. I understand words are fucking hard. You could even listen to them, but it's 10 hours. I get it. Attention spans are fucking hard. But like people watch this.
Now let me ask you something. Alliance, right? So Alliance is coming out. Do you think that Alliance will really be a big hit comic wise, and then they'll come out with the third book comic adaptation?
That's what they just asked. Yeah. I'm telling you, the chat boards right now are the fan chat boards are like the novel people are, and the people who read comics actually read them are excited for this. They're excited for this.
Here's the thing that's interesting to me. Thrawn's going to make an appearance in Revelations. I can't believe that Thrawn's just going to make an appearance in Revelations if it's just retelling a story that we already know.
No, it's going to probably be his the leading into Alliance. That's what's probably Revelation is going to be.
I don't know what it's going to be, but Revelations is about seems to be like new stories, and think about what's to come.
It was new stories. It wasn't rehashed bullshit.
Yeah. So I hope that's saying like they're going to use alliances to like make more Thrawn content out there in comics. I'm hoping that's what that means.
And if they do, I mean, that means it's going to go like I said, that first cover, those covers we showed you, anything but Padme shows up on that. Padawan. If anything but Padme shows up on that, we're good. You know what I mean? Like if we get the new version of Matina, we're good. If we don't, that's gonna, because it's not just you need to get more than just the novel readers and the Reddit like Star Wars fan people. You need to get like comic people to be able to understand why that cover is cool, why this book is cool.
The grist of Matina.
Right. I mean, you got, but like, come on, like a lot of people pump shit can't read. Let's be honest. If they could, they'd read the books.
Yeah.
So like, you got to make it where like
Marco can't read the books anymore.
Yeah, right. Shut up, dude. I'm too busy reading I'm too busy reading all the zeros on the checks I get.
You still can't read a book.
Shit, man. I gotta cash checks. I gotta read how many zeros are on that motherfucker, and then I gotta sign my name on the back. Take that shit to the bank.
You just gotta get somebody to send him the audiobook for free.
Yeah, JJ, could you just send me the audiobook for that one? I'm not trying to buy a Kira book. It literally, like every time I almost go to buy it, I'm like, there's no way I'm buying this shit. I don't want to listen and read this shit.
Copy in Barnes and Nobles.
Okay, I don't want to read it. You guys are the guys that are pumped for it. I don't want to read this fucking book.
I read it 3 weeks ago. I'm not. I was pumped for it. Now it's like, what happened? It's 3 weeks.
It's nothing about me not reading anymore. I don't want to read a Kira book. I have zero fucking interest in a Kira book. Zero. None. None.
Do you read all the books, or do you read just certain books?
Who, me?
Yeah.
I read them all, but I will be honest, I'm behind on most of the prequel stuff or the High Republic shit just because it's been blasé. I have not read the new Kira book. But the thing is, though, the Disney books that are like Kira and some of those ones, they're not even really like canon. I mean, they're like half-ass canon.
Yeah,
I mean,
I get what you're saying.
Like, if you read the Del Rey books, you're good. Those are the ones that matter, and they're worth reading. But I mean, like, I Kira. I think she's a good character, but you don't have to read it. It's kind of like the Shadow was the Padme books, the Queen's trilogy.
Jedi's favorite series. The Queen's Shadow.
I mean, that series, I'm just like, I'll get to those maybe when I'm on my deathbed.
Yeah, that's what I figured Kira's gonna be. It was like that wasn't even eating salad. That's when a motherfucker puts a bunch of kale on a plate, and then they give you a bunch of salt, and they put that shit on there, and they're like, "Yo, this is a salad." And I'm like, "Bitch, this ain't a salad. This is some garnish on a fucking plate." And it's
the good
tough
thing
as
is,
shit, and nobody wants to
Kira's short. Kira's a short book.
Yeah.
It's written for like a young kids level, so it'll be real easy for you, Marco, to read. No big words.
You're giving him
I know as a Lions fan, you can't deal with big words.
Hey, I'm sorry. Where's your team now?
They're in Detroit, I think, right now.
No, where's your team now? No, where is your team located now?
In Vegas, so.
Okay, so they left your fucking city because it's a shithole. All right, fair enough. At least we're still in Detroit. Hey, but no, I mean, like, that's part of it is I'm just not looking forward to this book. You know what I mean? So I'll read it or I'll listen to it, but I'm not looking forward to it.
quick note on books too. Two things. One, they're re-releasing throughout this whole year and into next year. They're re-releasing a lot of the Legends books.
Yeah,
They're
they
actually
are.
quite very good for
Yeah.
cheap too, in the Essentials collection. So pick those up. A lot of them are very good books.
Especially
And
the
two,
new
if you
Jedi
want
Order.
if you want this first Thrawn trilogy, I think there's a box set available that you can get off like Amazon for
There is.
$25.
Mhm.
I mean, it's
There's a
super
box set
cheap
of them.
if you want to read them. So
That is cool. Speaking of High Republic that Rogue Slaw hates, but we absolutely love, we're going to get into some cheap keys. We're going into Jedi Knight's version of that part today. Don't worry, we'll keep you posted. The more they release covers, we'll let you know what we think of them. And, you know, like a lot of times with the solicitations and shit, we get to see, like, when they tell us the topic of, like, the 3 lines of the solicitation, since we read the novel, we're going to be pretty close to what's going to be inside. We're going to know what's pretty much going to be inside the book. We'll be pretty close with it, or at least have a good guesstimate. So we'll let you guys know. We're not just going to give that up on you. But yeah, I'm looking forward to
one
it.
more thing about the comics.
Hmm.
Since there's 2 storylines, do you hope they do one storyline for 3 issues and one storyline for the next 3 issues instead of
They're not going to do that shit. Have you read Afro lately?
I know, I'm just saying, like, it's
That's
so
not how they do it.
convoluted to switch back and forth. I just wish they would tell one story and then one story almost.
We all wish that too, but
You
it's
think
not
that they'll
gonna
change
happen.
some canon? You think they'll
No.
rewrite some of the book in the comic and make
Fuck no.
No.
Dude,
They did-
let me tell
they
you
did
one
a
thing
bit.
you don't want to do right now, because he runs, like, there's a couple people you're not going to do that to. And by the way, because Gray's over there too, and Gray's been there for a long time, and they're already pissed off what they did to Johnson, like, dude, you're going to piss, if you do this to Timothy again, they already killed off a character he wasn't supposed to kill off. They're not letting him finish something up. And the writers, being the writers that write for that writing house, seeing that are going, wait a minute, you're going to hold our checks on characters that we wrote. Like, believe me when I tell you, that shit with Dave is not making the best writers for Star Wars happy, dude. Because what he pretty much said is, hey, Timothy, I know you have this all lined up. Don't make money. That's what he said. I mean, think about it. Dom, think if somebody said, hey, I know you got this job lined up. I know it's everything. All you have to do is punch in the clock, and we're going to give you $1 million. What would you do? Punch in, right? But then they stop you at the door and say, but you can't punch in. And you're going to go, when can I punch in? I don't know, man. We'll let you know. Some bum down the street's going to let you know.
I thought they already did that when they took his discount away.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean that's what they've done to the writers. So if you think now that you've got them writing the High Republic, which is their better selling product right now, and I mean Soul's a fucking at the writing. I mean he does comics too, but he's at the writing house. Scott's at the writing house. Gray's at the writing house. It's the only fucking job Ireland can fucking find. So I mean, you really want to piss that off?
She got that TV money.
Oh, that's right. She's got TV money now. Yeah.
Yeah, Calvin's too.
Yeah.
Scott
yeah.
does.
Or the
Yep.
But that's what I'm saying. Well, Soul's got like a bunch of different.
I will say
comics
this
going
though,
on.
to Dom's point, they won't change anything, but if it's anything like the first novel adaptation, they will leave out some details.
Yeah, they'll leave out shit. For sure.
So if you want the full story, which you probably don't need it in this case because it wasn't the greatest book, but if you do, I would read the book. But
yeah, but they're not gonna like get rid of the Grisk and turn them into like, the Muppets or something. Like that's not.
I would be surprised though if like one of those characters or 2 of those characters we featured probably don't show up in there at all.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, but they're gonna have to have Skywalkers. They're gonna have to have Grisk in there. Like those are the 2 things they're gonna have to have.
Actually, I don't know. They could almost skip over the Skywalker thing. Almost.
Those are the kids that are. They have
No,
to
because
stay
of the
in.
gravity well, they can't.
As far as like actual characters, discussion of it maybe not, but like
Yeah.
as far as
Well, I mean, I think you might. You don't remember when you saw they used that. Who was it that they used? They pretty much in the High Republic they used. Where are the 2 groups that find all the star maps?
Well, they have 2
It's
groups.
the Santicas.
And
Maria Santica. They use Maria Santica in that story, just like they use Skywalkers. That's exactly how they do it. So when you see High Republic, them using Maria Santica, it is almost identical to what they do with Skywalkers. It's the closest thing.
Well, they have 2 groups in this too, isn't there? The Navigators or whatever that.
The Pathfinders.
Yeah, Pathfinders. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, but aren't
Don't
the Pathfinders like somehow talk to the fucking navigate? Whatever.
No,
They'll
I think
get-
they
yeah,
use the
they're-
same way. They use like the future sight or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, third sight or whatever.
Yeah.
Third sight.
Third
Yeah,
sight,
yeah.
sorry.
All right, well, let's go back. We've murdered a book that we just said we keep saying we dislike, but we're excited to see the comics. So that's always good content. Let's get into High Republic. Look at these cheap freaking spec books. It's shit. They are cheap as shit.
To be fair, we said it was the worst of the Zahn books, which doesn't necessarily mean it's that bad.
Right,
No,
but
yeah.
we keep saying it over and over instead of, and then we're like, we like this and this and this, and then we're like, yeah, but this was shit. Yeah.
It's one of the better books that came out in the last 5 years. It's just
Yes.
for Zahn.
It's like this. It's like when we were reviewing Ahsoka, and we're saying, oh yeah, it was 6.5 out of 10, right? Like it's still good, just not that good. All right, especially considering one was so good. Let's get into the High Republic. So here we go. These are the Knights of High Republic that might show up in Phase 3. And these are their keys. We get fucking these two idiots. Tomac and Zarmak. Or Trek and Pret.
Trek and Tarek.
I thought one of them died.
No, he got sick. He's not dead. They brought him back.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's
Really,
like half dead.
He's like same thing happened to Bell's third master, like paralysis or whatever.
Yeah, that's what it is.
If, by the way, if you want to, most of these are done in Jedi's tier or JJ's tier list that he did way back when for the High Republic Phase 1, and then Wayseeker did a Phase 3 thing. So you could go check those out on the site, or we can link them below. Here we go. But they won't have this extra bit. Also in this book is the first appearance, no matter what Marvel says, about Vanestra Rowe, because holy shit, we only put one picture there, but we could have put a couple. She's definitely there. It's definitely her first appearance. I don't fucking Marvel, whatever. Marvel tried to say it was in 1, or the CGC said that, but we couldn't find her in 1. You can't say a shadow's a person because it could be fucking anybody. And we definitely found her too.
Literally talks to her.
Yeah.
She literally responds.
Yeah, it responds. She has talking parts in this book. This book right here, High Republic 2. Why we say that is because Marvel's going to come out with a reissue of 5. Is it 5 or 6?
It's the Halloween for 5. Yeah, it's
Wow.
already
The
out.
Halloween for 5, and they're going to say it was her first appearance, which, okay.
It's
Say
on
what
the
you want.
cover. Just don't listen to Marvel.
Yeah,
But
just
whatever.
Yeah, buy what you want, though. So here we go. This is the 1 in 25. Raws are averaging $23.55. There was a low out there recently that sold for $9.28.
I actually
Yeah,
kind of like
it's
this
for
cover
one-
too.
Huh?
Yeah.
Witter, right? Ashley Witter.
Yeah,
It is a winter cover. Yeah. I probably should put that in next week. All right. The last 9.8 sold, well, because not a lot of people graded this book, or a lot of people graded this book, but they're not selling this book graded because it was $46. $46.
That's
for
so
that.
cheap for 1 in 25.
We'll go to the alligator. We'll go to Skier. He's a master, so we can't put him in here.
He'll be next week.
No, that's not what they're doing at all. Can't get excited about the Old Republic. I feel like they were considering doing the Old Republic, but then they can connect the stories and characters because it's like 1,000 years. I think it still opens up an option for that. If High Republic hits, I would not be surprised in the 10-year plan if they have Old Republic stuff going on. And by the way, a lot of the stuff they talk about with the multimedia stuff is hitting, and this is the kind of like the guinea pig for that. All right, so next up we've got. I actually like this character a little bit better.
This is
We got
this is the kind of the cheap first appearance because he's literally in one panel and he's not very big.
Yeah, he's one panel, not huge.
Huh.
Yeah, it's
But if
pushing
you
a lot of
read-
first appearance.
If you
Huh?
read Into the Dark, the panel is from a scene from Into the Dark, so you know it's him. Like you know it's
Yeah,
him.
which would be his first appearance.
Yeah.
For his real first appearance, like I guess a true first appearance, because most of these true first appearances happen in novels, and then you get it in the comic. But in comics, this is him. It's exactly how it's described. There he is. Plus, by the way, there's a Wayseeker on the cover of this book, High Republic 8.
Yep.
This is an interesting fucking variant, the 1 in 25. The average is $8.50. 9.8s are there's a 9.8 ongoing auction right now for $30. That's where the bids are at. And it's actually, although it has a drain gear on it, and you know I dislike that, it's like,
Yeah.
huh?
Said, I think people just don't like drink gear covers.
Well, I think I got burned out by now because this is already 8, and you knew that they were going to be done. So,
We
but the
hoped
cover's
they
not
were
that
gonna be done.
bad, to be honest with you. What?
We hoped they were going to be done, but we didn't know. We were kind of afraid that they weren't.
Yeah,
gonna
yeah,
be
yeah.
on.
They're coming back.
Yeah, it was
Don't worry
Orla.
about it.
Yeah, it was Orla.
Yeah,
It
they're
is the
weird.
first
They'll
one.
come back.
But
not coming
honestly, to take a gamble, like, dude, listen to me. A 1 in 25 going for $8.50. That's the average.
You can get this for $4 if you're lucky. You're out hunting, probably.
Yep. Go hunting for that book for $4 for a 125. Remember, this is not just for like flipping. This is for people who miss these books because they got like this book at one point was going for a couple hundred. So like you there's no way you should have been paying that bullshit. All right. Here we go. Next up, I love this character. I think he's great. We got Emmerich. He also hooks up. This is like I always think that Trails of Shadow could be one of the best like ideas. Like when they say we want somebody to do like either animated, TV wise or movies, I think doing something like Trail of Shadows, for those people that don't know, it's a Jedi with kind of like a cop, and it's a buddy girl Jedi cop story / thriller, and they're looking for whatever the nameless is in the city. I think it's a brilliant thing to do, and I don't see how they can't do this if they really start digging deep after Acolytes.
It'd be a great TV show. It'd be like Law and Order.
Yeah, I was gonna say Star Wars Law and Order.
Yeah, which, as you know, like that's when it gets back to this comment. I don't think they want to mess up. Hold on. When they got back to this comment, I don't think they want to mess up Old Republic. I think they want to test these things. Can we do these different genres? Let's come up with new characters, because if we fuck it up, we could just dump the characters.
Well, they did the same thing with the Marvel stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, the Marvel movies and stuff. I mean, it's the same thing. Just trying to do different genres and see what they can expand out to.
You've been slacking? Okay, we'll get back into it. Bullseye, put out more hauls then, man. People love that shit.
If you've ever seen the movie, the other guys were like, fresh start. You were thinking fresh start, weren't you? That's what High Republic is. It's fresh start.
Yeah, it's fresh start, right?
And they tried a lot of different things. They tried the Monster Hunter. She didn't go over well. This one
did not go well. This went actually over pretty fucking well. People were they were reading it, and there's a bunch of ing-ings. But it also's got Stokes in here. She's a Jedi Knight. She becomes the master for Bell. Very interesting for those people that might sound familiar, because we know that Bell is going to show up where? Wayseeker's favorite project. Fucking nubs.
Favorite stupid thing.
It's coming out in 2 weeks, November 8th.
So, after, spoiler alert, for 3 years, after Loden Greystorm gets fucking wiped off the earth by Marshawn Rowe and just the life force sucked out of him, that Bell's new master is this character right here, Stokes. She also shows up in Trails of Shadow #1.
She also gets her life sucked out of her, but she doesn't die, because they
she
couldn't
don't
do
die.
that to her.
She's still alive. Yeah, because they already did it to the other one. Here we go with the variant for this. We've got last August, which means it's been a long time since one of these sold. One sold for $110. The last 9/8 cover A, which would be the first cover you saw before this cover, sold for $30. The average for this book, which is weird. I mean, I know it hasn't sold in a 9/8, and there's 9/8s out there for this book, but it hasn't sold since August. But the average raw since then has been $5. $5.80.
The 1 in 25?
This is 1 in 25? Yeah. This is 1 in 25, is it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
And the low for it was $3.31.
Jeez.
I like him.
I wonder what the later issues are. Jesus. Because the later issues are harder to find. And
there's the 5 is still, it's the 5 still above this. And
yeah,
so
like
it's
4 had a 1 in 25, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, 4 is doing better than this too. And 5 for some reason on this, people are calling it first true fake name. Like they're putting all types of words on
a nameless.
Yeah. Which it wasn't that. It was just late printing high ratio, which was 125.
The only thing I don't like on this, like the cover of her in the background.
It sucks.
Cyan.
Yeah.
Because it looks nothing like her.
Yeah, and some of these variants are really good. And like 5, I'll tell you this, 5 is the best variant out of it. Yeah, 4 is okay. But like this is just, I mean, I think there's a lot of factors that play into why this isn't selling. One of them is I don't think people are willing to take. I think they're willing to gamble on on the 2-3 characters that are in this book. So if they have a 9/8, they're not going to put it up there for it. But if they have a raw, I mean, the problem was they put a couple raws to auction, and you fucking, it's over.
Looks like they overlaid Photoshop images for this cover.
It does. It's
I have like one drawing I made, and then another, and then just put a Photoshop in.
Good job, John. I mean, yeah, it's a shit cover. It is a shit cover. All right, next up, we had to bring this book back. I updated this for you guys because we had an auction that was ongoing. So if we do that, if we show you a book And then we have ongoing auctions. I'll let you know how they end on the next one. I didn't change any of the other stuff around. We got this a lot from people because when we put Maddie in here as the first appearance, all of her, well, what about Mac? I like what Mac sucks. But either way, Olivia too is at, or whatever, she's at the end. She gets a couple panels there. This is a major overlook in a lot of people. They overlook this book because of that, because she's not technically a part of the main storylines. I think it's like 4 pages in the end where we see her. They still got that ratio there. Here it is. The average for that is $16.99. The low is 8.5. There was a current auction last week that was at $224. I think we looked at that book while it was $224, and somebody snagged it for $649. So congratulations to whoever that was.
$16.49.
Yeah. Still,
well, this is what I was waiting for. I was reading the side comments because I knew somebody was telling us that.
I don't know why. The chat loves Vildar. I don't get it. I don't get why people like Vildar, because he was not a good character at all.
But apparently that's what we're waiting for.
Speaker, I don't get why you like Young Jedi Adventures. So there you go.
Hey, listen, I shit on them, but at least I give you. I really do
why you like Nubs. So
I understand that.
Yeah, we don't. At least
Nubs is a cute Care Bear.
Hold on now. At least I'm good with it. I don't understand it. I don't have to understand it. I'm going to give you the update on it. So here it is. It updated. It sold for $16.49, which, still under the average. So good for 1 in 50. I mean, like, you're paying $16.50, guys. Like, not a bad deal here. I didn't. Dude, I really screwed these up right and put the rest of the covers in. All right. This is Wayseeker's homeboy.
Aslan's first appearance is not Shadow of Starlight, though. That's okay.
What's that?
This is not his first appearance.
No. You're gonna say that it's the other book that I have down there is the
no. Aslan Rel's first appearance is the Claudia Gray book.
No.
He's in like 5 panels of it. The Claudia Gray book.
This is the Claudia Gray book. Shadow of Starlight.
No, Shadow of Starlight is the Soul one that just came out.
Yeah, this is Soul. It says on the screen.
I'll go pull it.
Go pull it. Well, I pulled the wrong book anyways. But this is why I like this book, because of the 1 in 100. The 1 in 100 on this book actually still doing well, believe it or not.
I hate this though.
Well,
I know.
I hate these virgin covers that do well.
I hate it. I hate it and talk against it all the time. But I'm not going to let it be called out when it would be shady if we were like, hey, we dislike this, and then we just don't show the data on these books, right? And the data on this book for the 1 in 100 for the Virgin is the raw average right now is going 166.26. Pre-sale was 156.97. Now, there's only one thing that I'll tell you about this. The pre-sale high was higher at 195. And then there was a real low 135, where the raw average on this book currently is about the 150, 165 level. So that's where the raw average seems like it's more, even though the high was less. The high was 175 here, and the last raw sale for 149.99, so 150. I mean, realistically, the book's selling for 149, 150.
Didn't this just come out like 3 weeks ago?
Huh?
Sorry.
Yeah, it came out 3 weeks ago.
3 weeks ago?
Yeah. Okay. But it's still hanging. You know what I mean? Like, that's the one thing with these 1 in 100s. Like, we don't like them, but you can't deny the fact that this thing is sitting around the one. I mean, just this week, that book sold for $149.99. And all of these sales that came out for the raw average are after.
I can deny it in about a year when it's $75.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe, JJ, but you also said this. We also said this wasn't going to last a week, and now it's lasted like a month. Yeah. So, and I mean, that's selling. I'm not saying like the last sale was a month ago for $49.99.
Trend though, the newest Marvel release is just not that particular book, but
yeah,
they stick around for some reason. People love buying these virgin covers that they pay like 100 times more for than the regular trade cover. Right?
So let's talk about Reef real quickly. I didn't want to even put him in here as a knight, because in this book he's not a knight. In this book he is a Sith character, which it is the first time we see that. This is the one where he tricks Yoda to whatever, and decides he's going to blow some shit up. This is the laughing face. This picture came out of this book, so he might be one of the Lost 20s. He might just be a Sith. We don't fucking know. We're going to find out eventually.
Maybe Lost 20.
Huh? Why can't he be Lost 20?
Not a master.
Huh?
Not a master.
No, he isn't.
I only
because Kiwi's at the same time, and she's only Lost 20. And Duke
I
was
only
last
pulled a
year.
store exclusive, so I'm going to show a store exclusive, which we don't normally do. That's what we have for the High Republic. His first one was the High Republic
Why would
Adventure.
you pull a regular cover on that?
I don't have it. I couldn't find it. I'm trying to find something fast. You want me to? This is the TFAW. You want me?
Just go find it
big.
on the internet. The internet has everything, Wayseeker. We're on the internet.
I'm not pulling. I'm pulling comics. Anyway, it doesn't matter. In there, you can see him. He's right down here.
We move past
Bottom.
it.
Aslo Rel. He says, "What are you talking about, Aslan?" And Aslan goes and he looks in the databases. All Aslan Rel, all here and here. 10
Good
panels.
stuff.
So his first appearance is the High Republic Adventures.
So did you got any sales data on that, Wayseeker?
What?
Got sales data on that?
I-
Go on the internet. All right, next
You
up
do
we've got
that.
the blade. Next up we've got the blade number one. You would have already done
Wait,
because
is this a Homer
we
pick?
got
Is this
the
a
picture.
handsome young Marco is a Jedi? Is that what this is?
This is me because of the last name. That is my name. So I decided we are going to use Benji Marco. Do you see how they do it, Ben? So it's old Ben Skywalker, and they put Marco, and they just changed it around a little bit how they spell stuff. So
This is like what
his
Marco's
first
name was in like a Star Wars video game when you can choose your own name.
right.
Benji Marco.
Ah, he's scared in the name. He is scared of it. You'd be scared too in the name of the state. All right, so he's in the blade. We decided to do the 125 raw dog average 934, low 350. 350. There's like, it's not a bad cover.
No.
But if you guys listen to us and got the normal FOMO and didn't pull a Dom or a Ruben, you could now buy this book for as low as $350. The last 9.8 was a $49.99. That was in August. I'm just letting you know that that's that long ago. I know because we're moving in a new month at this point into
$49.99 is not that bad.
He's throwing out his best gambit routine, throwing out some cards at people.
right.
Yeah.
He is doing that. He is throwing out cards. And the low is
regular cover for you.
there. It is. Thank you. And the low is $45.90. We have that book on here too, so we've got all the data for it. Low is $45. There you go. Hey, Waysinger, while you're gone, you could have helped with this. What would you call Real now? Because he's not a Knight 2. He should have been on the list because he's a Sith. Is he a Sith?
No,
What do
he's
you
not.
think he is?
He's still a.
That last three panels said that he's not a Jedi Knight anymore.
He's a
No,
fallen.
he's not a Jedi, but he's not a Sith. He still believes. He just believes in using the dark side as a
He
Jedi.
killed a whole fucking planet.
I know that. He's
He's
crazy.
a great Jedi.
He's a great
That's
Jedi.
Right.
no, that's
Right. Or fallen.
He's not.
you
a
don't
Sith.
kill a whole planet and become a great Jedi.
He's not
You
a
could be
Sith,
fallen.
though.
Thank you, Rogue. Rogue says fallen. I'm with Rogue. All right. Next book, the book that he just showed that we still had on here, but we made fucking Wayseeker run around and not go to the internet any damn way. We were eventually going to get to, but I like to have
Thanks for
fun with him,
indulging,
just when,
you know.
especially when he trolls Dom for 3 segments. Here we go. High Republic
Yeah,
Adventures.
Don's right. He's not a Sith. He doesn't have. He's not a Sith. Just because you use the dark side doesn't make you a Sith.
Yeah, add Till Balin that.
Yeah,
False
he-
Jedi.
Balin's not a
Balin
Sith.
never wiped out a whole fucking planet.
You don't know that.
All right, valid point. Valid point. No. JJ, nobody asked for your opinion. Valid point. Bro.
I was
Right.
gonna say, just bring up Chopper if you're gonna do that.
Oh yeah, well,
Talk
Chopper
about a
does.
guy killing people.
War criminal.
He's a good guy.
War-
Yeah,
but he's a war criminal.
yeah.
Listen, I want to wipe out a whole planet because I can't stand people.
No, it's because you can't get a discount.
Jesus. High Republic by Claudia Gray, the one shot. This is the book that they
Good one,
screwed
Rogue.
shit up.
Thank you.
They only sent out one. They didn't send out all the copies, or a truck fell, or whatever the fucking bullshit they were saying. We told you to wait. Hold on. It's going to be great. There's going to be some first appearances in it. What's his name? Real's in this. Vix is also in this. There's an A cover and a B cover. They were originally selling out the gate for $20. It's a $5.99 book, so it was what it was. $20, $5.99. We had told you hold off. The rest of the covers were going to be there. The B cover, I was going to do both. This is the A one that you see right here. This is the B. The A cover has had mighty fall. The 9.8 lows now have hit $20. The low for a 9.8, that's what the raws were selling the week of. We're selling on average for $20. The now low for a 9.8, by the time they got 9.8s back in this, is $20. The average for cover A, which this is cover A right here, is $31.49. Holy fuck. There is a little throw off. I didn't add. Okay. The average could be fucking lower because technically somebody bought one of these. Supposedly somebody bought one of these for $1. The auction went. They started off at $1. Somebody did the dollar, said yes sir. They hit $1. They mislabeled the fucker, and it sold for $1. I didn't use that one. There was also some random one that somehow was like misworded something. It said 179 over this last quarter. So I threw both those out because it was like, and I didn't add the 2 for $74.99, which would have been 32 anyways, which would have been right around the average. So it wouldn't have made a difference. But somebody sold 2 of these 9/8 for $74.99. If you wanted this book really bad in a 9/8, if you do like some of these characters, which we're going to see later on, I would suggest you pick it up because the A cover is dirt dog fucking cheap for 9/8. There's a shit ton because when it came out, people didn't listen and they're like, holy shit, this is already $20. And it was a couple solid weeks. I think it went up to $35 at one point.
Oh, it did.
So,
yeah.
Did.
Yeah.
I love this book. It's just a good read.
Can you
Yeah.
go back one
It's just-
slide real quick.
What'd
One
you say,
slide?
JJ?
Yeah.
Go back a
Flip
slide.
back one slide.
Yeah, she's on the cover.
I was just wondering if they're connected, but I guess they're not.
They're not.
But I also like that Barnabas character. He's,
Isn't he a master though?
he's a master, so he's not on the
So
list.
let's ruin next
But I
week.
do,
Okay, cool.
I do like that character too.
Good job. Yeah, there's a couple good characters in this book. It is a good read also. It was a $6 book. So yeah. And the cover B was actually getting more paid than the cover A. That one was going for about $40. Now you can get a 9/8 or 40/20 one on average, low 39.86. Most of the prices on that for the 9/8s is about $40, $49.99, somewhere around that figure if they're selling them. And you're going to see more coming out because people submitted these because they were paying $20 to $30 even a month out after this book came up. So everybody was slabbing this motherfucker. There's a lot of good 9/8 copies. I would say on this one, if you can find it for $20, buy it, but hold off because some of the auctions they're putting up there, and they're going to put up a couple more, are really going to lower the price on this book.
Did they release more after that initial?
Yeah, they did. So the rest of the orders came through. What happened was the original amount went out and it wasn't the right amount. It's something they had a backup with the truck or whatever the fuck they were trying to say while they're switching the distributor. So the time that it came out, people were like, oh, they fucked it up and they pulled it. They didn't pull it. They just didn't send out all the books.
I wonder if shops are sitting on stacks of this and because they didn't put out the second.
I
half
don't
they got
think
or
so.
whatever, you know?
I doubt it because it had a pretty high price tag at the time. I want to say, didn't it?
Yeah, it was $6.
Yeah.
It was $6 and it flooded. The problem with this one was when the other portion got it, when they got the rest of them, probably I'd say about 65% of them, the other 40% had already gone out to grading. So we're going to get a bunch of these books back. And I mean, the raws aren't going for that much. The raws are going, I think, $15 if I'm correct, somewhere around there. $10 for some of them, less for the A cover. So, yeah, see, he sold 2 for $60 at the peak.
Wow.
That's how high that shit was going. So when you're selling for $60, people were taking those and submitting them. That's how crazy that shit was. I still have, I think, 2 sets of these. I sold the rest because what the fuck? For $40 a piece, why wouldn't you sell them? But whatever. And then we've got, this was before Star Wars High Republic Adventures decided to do A and B covers or A and RIs. We've got Solstice Corin. Okay, there we go. There you go.
Wow, that was a butcher.
Neo's Terror 1. Thank you, asshole. Don't hear you saying it. The next one, the raw average on this, remember, this is just an A cover. There is no other cover besides that. Raw averaging is $4.99 and $3.90. But so its cover price is $4.99 too. So that's what they're still selling for at this day is about $5. There is available some for $3.99. So go out there. It might not be the miniest copy, but they're starting to sell, drop down, or at least offer for $3.99. So feel free to go up there and try to get it for $3.99. The last 9.8, only 9.8, sold for $49.95. And that was a while ago.
That's expensive.
Yeah, it's pricey for this fucking book.
This book
This
was a good
character-
read, but that's not a character you care
it's a
about.
stupid storyline. And finally, we have 2 more. We're bringing up, the last one's kind of a cheat book, but that's okay because fucking my show, I do what I want. Kiwi, we covered number 1. We covered the sway, the ratio. We are now going to cover a different book. And once again, I got to say, just like I said with the 1 in 100, I was surprised at this. I was going to cover the 1 in 10, which is actually doing fine. It's doing ratio right now for Raws. If for those people that remember, it's a 2 nihil on it. But instead, could anybody guess which book I covered on this one?
Stephanie Hounds.
Yep. Stephanie Hahn. Somebody looked at the slides.
I didn't look at your slide. I just
you looked at the slide to let something roll out there so you could be an asshole and leave for fucking 10 minutes to find a book that nobody gives a shit about. Because that exclusive sells less than the regular cover A. So here we go. The raw average for it does. Facts. The raw average is $9.31, which I was heavily surprised at this because was this a ratio?
No, it's just a
a B cover.
B cover, I believe.
This was the B cover. This was the B cover. This cover is like when we talk about sometimes on TAC, we talk about sometimes on the CBSI top 10 that we do here on Renovision. Like when we talk about book recognition, that there's a certain point and level, and then after it passes, people don't even know why the book's fucking selling, but they imagine it's expensive price and they fucking just buy it for no reason. This book is the perfect example of that. The Stephanie Hahn. There's a fuck Dom. Remember when we got those pictures? There's a fucking shit ton of this book. And when we say shit ton, we literally mean like Dom couldn't lift all the Stephanie Hahns. He couldn't lift them in one lift. There's too many. That's how fucking heavy this shit is.
People were literally like long boxes full of like just
long boxes full of shit. However, 2 years later, you can't deny the facts on this book. Raws are still selling on average for $9.31. Lows for this book. Lows for this book. Yeah, but there's a shit ton, John. That's why when people like,
I do think it's the best cover.
Yes, but that's why it is for sure. But that's why when people say like print count matters, pull up this fucking book.
Yep.
That's non-incentive, right?
Ratio matters. Pull up this one.
Yeah. Well, I think it's better than either.
I think it's better than the Sway.
It's better than Sway.
Yeah.
Better than the Inandito or whatever that one was.
Yeah.
What about the High Republic?
The official 5, I think, is probably the best.
Yeah, well, we're saying we're saying Marvel books, even the second prints.
Well, I'm sorry. I meant the CBSI one. What's
Source through
the Ahsoka one?
Yeah, I think this one's even better than that one.
I think it's better than that one,
but
because that's technically
my favorite was
else.
the Delato from the
that's technically a takeoff of Luke and Leia looking out but whatever. It's a homage to a homage.
The Delato is really nice though.
Delato's nice. But yeah, out of the books, this is the best. Like out of the Marvel books, this is the best. The ones that they produce. So, but still, with that being said, it's a shit ton. So all the things people are saying about rarity, scarcity, numbers, and everything else, this book fucking defies it all. The one thing it doesn't defy is people remember this fucking book. This is the book people remember. They might not remember it's a B cover, but they remember this book by look because look, average raw price $9.31, low $5.50. The 1 in 10 average is $10, which is pretty good. But like, if you think about it, this book was what, $4.99, $3.99 or $4.99? One of the two.
$3.99, I think.
I think this book was going for like $20 plus dollars when it dropped.
It's selling for over double still, where the ratio for
yeah.
I'm just doing this for scale so you can understand. This raw currently today on average is selling for double. The lowest price you can get it is cover plus, where the 1 in 10 you could get for ratio. The average 9.8 for this is kind of cheap though. It's $43.84, and the low was $36 on that. There was a high that was way more than $43 to get that.
I think the 1 in 10 is overlooked just because of the character that's on the cover. In D.
You mean Lorna D? Yeah.
Yeah. I think it's overlooked because of that. But other than that, this is probably a better looking cover.
Yeah, I mean Laura D. Yeah, Laura D gets overlooked. The 1 in 10 is the more important cover. If you want to talk importance, more important.
Yeah.
This one, however, it's
always weird though when like the person on the cover hasn't appeared in a comic yet. Like Lorna D doesn't appear for 10 issues. You know she's on the cover of one.
But they also released that fucking thing because that's the prototype art that they released like 3 months ahead of time.
Art.
I know.
Concept
I
art,
know.
whatever. Prototype.
But I mean, it's always tricky.
I'm old school. We don't do concept. We do prototype, buddy. All right. What did you say?
I'm just saying it's always tricky when you release a character on cover before it releases.
Oh yeah, for sure. But I think this book, like we could say it was the best of the books, but it also was the most hype for. I mean, there's no reason this isn't a $2 book. There just isn't. There's so many copies of this book. It's an interesting one, though. We got to admit it when
There
we
was
think it's going to tank.
There was an
Huh?
interesting debate at the time whether there were more of these than the A's.
There wasn't an interesting conversation. We had the photo proof. We just couldn't show it because we were going to get sued. Like, there's more of these than the A cover, correct? Dom, not saying that we're
seeing actual numbers, though. I know I've seen
hypothetical. Well, we saw the list. Let's say hypothetically, there was lists of boxes that had the actual numbers of the A cover, how many copies were in there, printed when they were doing the shipping box from the distributor, and we may or may not have seen those numbers, and the numbers for the B, because it says out of, against the numbers of the A, which says like 1 out of X amount of thousand, which it was in the hundreds of thousands, hypothetically, if we saw a picture of that, and we had a picture of that, and it said the B was definitely more than the A, and it definitely wasn't like, it definitely could have been in the hundreds of thousands just for those two covers to a point of about 1 million. So, and that's just for the A.
It's gonna look. Let's look at it this way. These are the first appearances.
That's all I heard right there.
All
those things.
Just trying to be careful because Dom knows what I'm talking about, and I'm not trying to get us in trouble.
Look. I look at these books.
Loose
are
cannon.
definitely going to be great down the road. When they start multimedia and more characters coming to life and live action and animation and stuff like that. When they start making figures and toys,
it is basically.
You'll start these books will start picking up in value because
go
up again.
This is one that shows you like people are going to remember when that happens. People are going to remember this book. Like just saying, I'm not telling you to buy.
Oh,
this
remember
book.
That's not her first appearance. We all know where her first appearance is. It's a little hologram.
We're not talking about that. And Dom, these ones are never going to be that much. There's just too many of them. I disagree with you. I don't think
Wayseeker, how the fuck is this selling? Wayseeker, explain this. How the fuck is this selling for $9?
I get that, but I mean, it's not
2 years later with nothing on it.
Again.
What?
It's not going to go up to like $20, $30 again like it was. There's just too many of these things. And people are desperate to sell them because they got long boxes.
Wayseeker,
goes up to $15. Everybody's going to pull out their long boxes and put.
It's going to go down, but all it's going to take is one fake sale for $20, and then you get 30 copies of this sell for $15.
Well, you got to think of it this way too, though. I mean, apparently, from the looks of it, the supply is meeting the demand, right? Because you're going to have people. As the High Republic moves on, you're going to have people that want to get in on it from the beginning. This is clearly, as you say, the most recognizable cover.
Yeah.
Also, probably the best looking cover. So, if I was going to buy a High Republic book, and let's say I just got into the High Republic 2 months ago, and I had no idea what it was prior to this. If I was going to go buy a High Republic comic and want to get in at the start, I would probably buy this one. I would fork over the extra $4 or whatever the hell it is, and just buy the best looking one and the best cover.
Don't worry, we got some masters coming out next week, so we're gonna be able to compare this to the other High Republic covers. We're gonna. So, and I mean, I just like it's just such a like. If we're looking at 9, I'm telling you, this book wasn't one book selling, and the low was 550. We got a 931 average. That's probably on 10 books that I probably pulled on this. Tell me how I did that if these books are selling.
No, I get you.
That means they're already selling for over 10. A lot of them were selling for 11, 12 bucks.
There's a million copies of this comic.
Right. I agree, Wayseeker.
There was millions of copies.
This is where I just feel like, I think it's a $10 book. Maybe
there's only about 165,000
I just don't think it's ever going to be like Dom thinks it's going to go really high, and I think with the amount of copies,
real high is $15 for this book. This book should be $1
higher than that. He's saying shooting up higher. I'm just saying I don't think it's going to go higher than 15 or 20 bucks.
The problem is also.
Go ahead,
Rogue. If there's enough demand out there for it, then it will go higher. I mean, look at ASM 300. There's a shit ton of those printed, right?
Yeah.
I mean, there's a lot of those printed, and it's still a very expensive book.
The one thing that, go ahead, Rogue.
I was going to say, to me, the big difference between ASM 300 compared to this is ASM 300 didn't have limited print runs by comic shops and stuff. Also, if you're going to go chasing after, if you're buying this book as an investment, buy the ones that are only 700 or 600 or 300 made of them. You're not going to buy this one that there's 100,000.
Dude, those things.
just
No, well, with that, the problem with doing that, Rogue, and you could, now that we look back on this, and that's one of the reasons, because people will think we're shitting on stores when we're not. But if you look at those things, they don't do well in the long run. They never do well. First off, they just don't. I'm not gonna get into all the reasons why they don't,
Right.
but they don't do well. This book, as much as I hate this book, and the only thing that I'll give Wayseeker a little bit of, he's right, there's a ceiling to this, is the 9/8's only selling for $43.84. Now the raw, the buy-in's pretty cheap at like $10 to $11. So how much higher is that going to go? He's right when they start pushing them out, but it's going to take one sale at 30. Like you mentioned the store exclusive earlier, that store exclusive that's supposedly selling for what it was, like go look at the numbers on it. It's not good. Like store exclusives take huge hits. And I'm not saying that they're all shady, because we have friends that do it, and they put out good books and they sell for price and they're honest with their numbers. But I would not invest in. I mean, I've been doing this for a long time. I wouldn't invest in stores.
Tricky.
Okay, then if you dump those ones, go with the 1 in 10 that has Laura Dean on the cover.
I would agree with that. And
I
the
mean,
suede-
that's going to be the one that's worth more.
I'd agree with
Yeah.
that. It's a better cover than the suede cover too. I agree.
Yeah, suede covers are. I mean, if the 1 in 10
Cover had
still
that
going for
weird foot
$10,
thing going on.
what's that? Oh, yeah.
Disappearing Liefeld feet.
All right, here's the last thing that I threw in here. Technically not a book. Technically not a first appearance, anyways. But what the fuck? I just wanted to bring this book up because I always like looking back at this book and seeing what it actually goes for. I know Wayseeker covers this too a bunch, but we get two of the Burryaga's friends in this book. It's actually a storyline in 199, 2000 for Star Wars Insider. The Vader cover, which was like the more common cover, you could find this at like Myers, Barnes and Nobles, anyplace else. Still goes above whatever cover price was on it. It's like $20. But the fucking the B cover, it's not called the B cover. What's it called? JJ, why am I brain farting on this?
Previews.
What?
Previews cover.
That's the
Oh, the
PI.
previews cover. Yeah, the previews
Yeah.
cover. Thank you. The last preview cover for 9/8 still $275. There was a weird raw sale that was an outliner, but it was our closest one, so we gave it to you $37.65. And this isn't a book that comes up much in the 9/8 anyways.
That 37 was probably also a beat copy, because
Yeah.
a lot of these are beat to hell.
It was. I saw that one. I looked
Yeah,
at
it
it.
was
It was
sweet.
probably like it had spine ticks and everything.
Once
on
again,
it.
why I was saying it was an outlier on it,
Yeah.
but there's not a lot of sales to compare quarter to quarter, and this isn't because the book isn't. It's not because the book's not there. It's not because the book is easy to get and people don't want it. It's because it's hard to get. It's hard to get a copy of the 9/8. So just
This
keep
was the
that in
book that
mind. What's
Kinda
that?
made people like look at insiders differently, I think.
Yeah, it did.
When they were
And
like,
once
"Oh, yeah,
again,
those are things.
Once again, though, I will say that this has a very similar story to the Hans. Partly. It's not as easy accessible and everything as the Hans, but people remember this getting talked about in a lot of fucking circles. They don't know what's inside it. They just know it's a hard 9/8, and they know that it has something to do with High Republic.
Yeah,
Let's be honest.
somebody might have talked about it in a circle on another channel when he was on it.
What's that?
Somebody might have talked about it in the chat in another channel when he was on that channel quite a bit. Some guy like me.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I still got a couple copies of this. I love it too, so I'm pumping my own books.
Yeah, I have one or two of these, but
Yeah, these were good stashes.
this
I'm
one's
still stashing them. And actually, I sold two of the A covers, or the regular covers, the newsstand covers or whatever. But I kept a couple of those too.
I'm really interested to see like between 199 and like 200 for Star Wars Insider, like how much the shop numbers for ordering the previews versions went up.
It went up a ton because after that they started
Yeah.
doing those fucking Mandalorian covers.
There was
all
also
over.
the Momoko. People
Yeah.
went heavy on that Momoko for the 200.
Yeah, I agree.
Mhm.
Agreed.
We do get a High Republic cover for the subscriber variant for the one that comes out this week.
I don't know if it's going to hit.
Yeah,
But
like
it's
this.
a bad cover. So
Weird.
like
It's
like
like
I said, the thing between this cover and the
Scholastic
Hans
book
cover, I don't think it's going to hit too. It's not even ordering numbers. I think it's literally this cover and the Hans cover are just muscle memory. People saw it so many times. They don't know why. I mean, Like they don't know why, but they're like, oh shit, yeah, I remember that cover. It must be sensitive. Oh shit, this is only. Well, I mean, you're not gonna. No, this one's different because you're not gonna find it for fucking $6 raw.
Yeah, and we talked about it a little bit too when Wasteseeker did the insider stuff. What was like 2 or 3 weeks ago, but like you also have to think like I as an insider person, like I don't ever buy the previews cover unless I know what it looks like, and sometimes you don't even know what it looks like when you order it. So like I already subscribed to Insider and I just get it in the mail. I'm like, well, I'm not gonna mess with the previews cover. So like a lot of people that actually read Insider don't order the previews cover.
You know what's also funny about this book? The subscriber cover does, which is the Ahsoka Anakin cover.
Anakin.
And it does if same as the newsstand cover or the regular cover and the or less, which is kind of interesting. It sells more, but it sells a lot. It's a lot cheaper. So I do find that interesting.
Yeah.
I don't think that's going to ever be a thing. I don't know why I'm saying that. I'm just
This is the cover you want.
This is the cover you want.
If you can find this one, you see it a lot. You're looking at the Insider lot. You find this one. You see like the lot. Sometimes they'll post $10. 10 books for like $25. If you can see it in one of those lots, that's when you try to pick it up.
Were you say, Don?
I got this copy someplace. It's in one of my boxes.
All right. Well, do we have anything else, or is that it? That's it, right?
No, we got toys.
Oh,
Good
shit,
job.
we got toys. Damn it.
Yeah.
Oh, I would have done toys already. Why did I do this? Fuck.
I don't know.
All right.
I was kind of wondering that, but I thought maybe you had a plan.
Yeah.
My bad. We got toys.
We got
All
Thrawn
right,
toys. I'm like, Thrawn toys would have been good with Thrawn, but hey, whatever.
Would have been. These aren't Thrawn toys. These are new shit.
Well,
We don't have Thrawn
got some
toys.
Thrawn stuff. But anyway, coming soon. They have a couple Mandalorian season 3 pops. Thank God there's no Lizzo. So you had a couple of new pops that are coming out soon. I don't know
Wait,
when,
you have season 3 Mandalorian pops coming out?
Yeah, season 3. Yeah.
Who's
It's
the
like the only
judge?
wave.
Mandalorian judge?
Who's that?
That was they were in the cave. They were in the cave when they were talking. Is like no, actually that was when Grogu and Pre Vizsla's kid were fighting, doing the fight. That was the judge.
It was the judge of the fight?
Yeah. That was judging.
Oh my God, that's awful. You gotta get out of here.
Hey,
We got
they have a bunch of
Tony Mano
participation
finally got
medals.
that figured.
The judge is the one that hands out the participation
You're not gonna let. Come on, HR. I have to be able to troll down if he's gonna put up pops about Mandalorian judge. Come on.
Wait, and now you got the season 2, series 2 of Ahsoka. You finally have a
Wait,
new
how the
pop.
fuck do they have those pops out? Wait, this shit's like 8 months old.
I know.
This shit's like a month old.
Look, we finally have a Shin and Balin pop, which is actually pretty cool. Which
nobody was asking for that except for Dom.
Dom was.
And the Thrawn, definitely the Thrawn. But it goes back to now. There's a new Thrawn coming out. A new Thrawn coming out, which is causing issues with the first appearance Thrawn Funko Pop that dropped, the first one.
See,
does this one have a pot belly?
I got approval. We're good.
Nope. No pot belly.
No approval. All right.
And so these are the exclusives for the 332 Company Trooper, which is the Ahsoka Trooper Target exclusive. You have another Ahsoka Tano Hot Topic, a Clone Trooper Phase 1, Funko Shop.
That's got to be like the 80th fucking Ahsoka Tano. Yeah,
I know. And Captain Enox. That's a Entertainment Earth exclusive.
Are any of these gonna matter?
What?
Are any of those gonna matter?
Yeah, probably. You know what? The Clone Trooper, the Phase 1, people like that, so people will definitely pick that one up.
Okay.
They like the troopers.
What is that? Is it official Funko one?
Right? That's the Funko Shop. The Funko Shop exclusive from the Funko Shop itself.
Fucking Jesus. All right.
So for Halloween, for Valentine's Day, every year they come out with some kind of gimmick, holiday pop. So this year they're coming out with chocolate-looking pops that are definitely getting they're definitely getting a big look at the comments when you look at this. You're going to see a lot of.
Don't look at the comments. But I'll tell you, I don't know who's asking for this shit, but this is.
But you know what? Okay, aside, to be honest with you, I think the Princess Leia is pretty cool. It's a candy wrapper. Come on.
If it was chocolate, I would buy it and I would eat it. It'd be cool. I don't
No,
want
you
a
then
box
it-
of chocolate. I want
then it wouldn't be
chocolate
collectible.
chocolate.
Then it wouldn't be collectible.
Yeah,
I
it would
would
because
give this
people
to
would
my
actually
kid,
eat
and
it.
my
It'd be
kid
more
would eat
fun.
it.
Yeah.
And
I
it'd
don't
probably
want
be
a
crappy
box that
chocolate.
looks like chocolate.
Yeah, because Funko cereal sucked. Holy shit, that sucked.
No matter,
no
people still eat the
kidding.
shit.
Yeah, so
This is the dumbest thing. I mean, pops are dumb in general. This is the dumbest shit that you could do. You made a fake chocolate that looks like somebody used bronzer.
Well,
Like this is fucking horrible.
they made gingerbread cookie freaking Marvel and DC pops last time, so it's the holiday select.
So they didn't learn their lesson from stupidity. Just add more stupid shit.
No, but you know what? People buy them and they sell.
People
Stupid
buy
is
them.
what stupid
So-
does.
So the next thing we're gonna get is like for St. Patrick's Day, we're gonna get like beer can pops.
Oh, beer cans.
Maybe Leprechaun.
Well, I'm thinking because they have the soda pops, right? So
Oh,
they have
so
the
it's
can
like
of beer
cans.
Maybe.
Mhm.
comes out in green or whatever.
That's gonna be stupid, but whatever. Okay, cool.
Wow.
All right. So speaking about Thrawn, so apparently there's another Thrawn coming from the Rebels line.
He
So
looked like poop.
So now this is the second Thrawn, which is shown coming out, the third one. So because these new Thrawns are coming out, the original ones that were a lot of money are starting to come down in value. Which, hey, it's bound to happen because people are asking for Thrawn pops, and the only way you can get it was in 2017 Star Wars Celebration and in Toys R Us for the shared exclusive, which is no more Toys R Us is. So, well, they're
coming
Canada, they're still-
coming back. They are coming
they're
back.
still in Canada.
Canada all over the place.
Plus, what they'll do is they'll print a whole bunch of these and then dump them in the trash anyway. A couple months down the road.
That's right.
Yeah, these no the characters like these no the other ones they had a shitload of Grogu's because in the pandemic they were so
Hold
far
on.
behind they made them and
So they
Yes,
made more
another-
fucking
and-
Grogu's.
Yes, they made two of them there. If you notice, the one girl's holding one of them.
Yeah.
What?
Right.
Who the fuck
Yeah.
is that? That's
That's-
holding them?
That's the mechanic.
That's Pelimato.
Oh Jesus, fuck me.
Anyway, so
So Dom is taking a vacation to Arizona to dig in the desert. 'cause he's
well, no,
looking
with
for
the
all
make a long
those
story
pops.
short, they actually Funko as of January they are limiting quantities of product. So they say. So
I thought
They
they were
should've
already
been doing in the
supposed.
first place.
Hold on, no, they already did. See, this is what I'm telling you. What you said about earlier about exclusives, Rogue. These are already supposed to be. That's what the sticker's supposed to be. Exclusives.
well,
So
this
they're
is the
already
overseas-
supposedly limited,
this
and
is
they're
the-
already
well,
dumping them, and now they're trying
well,
to limit
no,
them more.
This is the overseas sticker. We don't know where this is going to drop, either Target or Funko Shop exclusive, whatever.
It's an unknown amount of limited figures. Though.
Yeah, it's the
Marco.
Funko exclusive.
Yeah, that's always unknown.
Yeah.
All right, here we go.
And
All right, so
This is not even a
so
fucking.
we're going. So
Wait a second, you got this for a sec.
Hasbro had a drop on a couple of things last week, so we're getting a remade New Hope Vader in the new box. We're getting Starkiller in the single box, not the double box, which I'm very happy about. Which Starkiller is my favorite Jedi, even though he's not canon.
here he's not a Jedi because look at his lightsaber.
I know, I don't care,
Yeah.
but I like it. I Starkiller, I love Starkiller. But these are coming soon. They're coming out with another Mando, the Mines of Mandalore, and then we're coming out with a R4 6DO. Droid. Then they're coming out with a 2-pack clones of the Republic. So Mace Windu and 187 Legion clone trooper.
That's cool.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. And he's purple clone trooper, which is cool. It matches purple lightsaber. But actually, this Mace Windu actually looks better than the Mace Windu that they made before. It's updated, which is pretty cool.
We can say something, Rogue?
It's just because the photo is distorted because it looks like a fat Windu, but
You know,
I'm sure it's because you guys blew it up or whatever. So it just looks bad.
so these yesterday were dropped. So England has MCM going on
Oh yeah.
and it's showing some stuff. So we're getting we're getting Anakin as a child.
Yeah,
Black
'cause we need
Series.
that.
Exactly. And we're getting a Padme. So the Phantom Menace is reaching its 25th anniversary. So we're getting that for the 25th anniversary of the Phantom Menace.
You buying that one for Jedi?
I think Jedi might buy it himself.
He probably will.
And then these are that are coming out, the Black Series coming out down the line. So you're getting a trooper and a battle droid in Shop Disney. We're getting a shared exclusive of the Palpatine again. And then this looks pretty cool. Shop Disney's getting a Herald to the Empire, Mara J, Luke, and Luke.
That's cool.
I think they're getting either Luke or the other guy. No, what's his name? What's the clone with the beard from Herald to the Empire?
Yeah, I can't think of his name.
Yeah, I can't think of his name either.
It's not
That's
Luke.
cool. I like that one. I like the Mara with the Luke.
Yeah, so they're getting a 3-pack.
Anytime we get Mara is great.
Yeah, so it's going to be a 3-pack that's dropping in
You
Shop
should have
Disney.
blown that one up. Like I wanted.
No, that's the only picture. The only picture I can find.
You can blow it up though.
I want to get the other ones in the pipeline.
All right, but no, when you find out more of that, let us know that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
fine.
when's McFarlane doing Star Wars?
So we have some vintage figures. We're getting a new Dooku for Attack of the Clones for the anniversary, 20th anniversary of Attack of Clones when that drops. So a new Dooku, a updated version.
People that collect vintage suck.
Yeah, we're getting an Attack of the Clone Phase 1 Clone Trooper.
With the helmet, that's pretty cool. I like it.
Now I don't understand this. They're coming out with a remake, repackaging of Finn. Force Awakens. No one asked for this.
But that doesn't even look like Finn.
No,
That guy looks like he's
Yeah, that
Nah.
does
80
not.
years old.
But the whole fact is that nobody wants this. You just took a spot of something that could have
Why
been
are we
done.
doing
with-
Grandpa Finn?
I don't know. But anyway, so this
And the clothes are just so bad.
it's real.
Dude,
Yeah.
no, that looks like a street performer dressed as Finn.
Yeah.
That's what that
I
looks like.
thought that was Carl Ruthers' Finn there.
Jesus Christ.
I hope that's just a bad picture.
I think
bad.
they still have to probably. It's just the picture, so maybe the final product, but it's a repack, so it doesn't matter. Anyway,
Well, then it can't.
they
be
have a repack of Rogue
Cyber.
One of Captain Cassian Andor, which still, this was a peg warmer. The
Mhm.
same thing with the Finn, a peg warmer. Why are you repackaging these figures that just came out not so long ago? Do something that hasn't been done.
Well,
These were
I
Ollie
understand
specials.
Andor coming out because Andor was a lot popular because of the TV show after it was a peg warmer. Like it was a
Yeah.
peg warmer, and then a show came out, and Andor became
Try
popular.
giving it
That
a
makes
shot.
sense.
I can understand
But
that.
it'd
I
be
guess.
better if they did it as Andor, like not Rogue One, like Star Wars Andor, and did that line.
Well, they
Oh
have-
yeah, because they're repackaging. Why don't you just package it as
Yeah,
the Andor?
Exactly.
Oh, because people are gonna bitch that it's just repackaged as Andor. I get it. I mean,
it's just a
that
repackage.
one you can't win on. I don't think. I don't think
Yeah.
you win on that
These
shit.
repackages, it makes no sense that you just had this not so long ago. So
You ain't
anyway,
wrong.
Oh, this one makes sense.
You ain't
Yeah.
wrong.
That did look like
That's
Tracy Morgan.
That's pretty good.
Tracy Morgan as Finn.
and these are coming in the pop line. So you're getting an Ezra from Ahsoka, you're getting a Kanan, and you're getting a Zeb. Which
Have
they're
they,
coming
did
out
they
with-
never re-release that shit for Black Series? Did they?
No, not yet.
Fuck vintage.
No, the Black Series they have an Ezra coming out for
Yeah, but they need to re-release Zeb. Zeb was
they
the
have to.
GameStop exclusive.
they did Chopper. They released Chopper again.
What are you talking about? People love Andor. John, you're trolling here. I know you
All right,
don't like
so
Andor,
this is
but people like Andor.
Oh yeah, that's cool. If you do a short trooper or short trooper comic, that would be all right.
Yeah.
so you have
Except for it's
Tiva's,
vintage.
Tiva Carson's helmet coming out. Which who asked for that?
Me,
You like
Okay.
Tiva.
I like
I like
Opa.
Tiva too, but I didn't have the helmet.
That's cooler than they fucking just put out the same old fucking bullshit helmet
I know,
over and
that's
over
pretty
again.
cool, but it is what it is.
It's a cool helmet.
So everybody but you, Dom.
So
Everybody
here,
has
so I
everything.
already have my pre-order in this. This hot toy just dropped, and this is
No,
badass.
no, you didn't.
Bad fucking ass. I'm getting this motherfucker.
Wow, they shaved a few pounds off of him.
Yeah, they made him skinnier on the figure. They already said it. They already mentioned that they trimmed him down. But the
So
eyes,
it's not screen accurate. Bullshit.
Should have
I
been
know.
CGI in the first place.
so the eyes,
He has rolling eyeballs.
rolling
Why?
eyeballs. Yup.
Why?
Hey,
So you can do cross-eyed fucking throw. Ooh.
Ah. this is badass, man. I can't wait for this to come.
When's this gonna
How
come?
much was it?
2062.
2025.
How much did you pay?
with tax and everything.
He's gonna whisper now.
Oh, $390. $290. $290. It's beautiful, man. I love this figure. I always wanted a Thrawn. I always kept missing out on the sideshow. I have to get this Thrawn.
Better come with real horsehair as his hair.
Well, they actually have.
I don't think you understand what that word means.
They actually have some figures that are coming out with rooted hair that they're doing, which they're making now. So that's pretty cool. Maybe down the road.
Yeah, I'm really not sure you understand what the word "have to" means.
What happened?
You don't understand what the word "have to" means. You didn't have to buy this shit.
I want this. This is going to sell out before it even gets to market. It's going to go on freaking wish list before it even comes out. So that's why
I don't even know what you're saying. Well, that doesn't mean shit.
It means a lot of
what
shit.
What you're saying doesn't even mean anything.
Because once it goes on the wish list, you have to wait, and hopefully they make another set, and they go up in value. So people be selling this for $500, $600, $700 online. Hell, fucking no. I'm getting it for what it is. There's no freaking FOMO with this. I'm getting this.
That's a no. What you just said is 100% FOMO.
Nah, it's no FOMO. I'm getting this because I want it, and I'm getting it before.
That's not FOMO.
No, it's not.
No. You're not getting this because you want it. You're getting this because it's going to be on wait list or whatever. That's 100% FOMO.
No, it's going to be going FOMO, and I want it. As long as I'm already in the pre-order already, I'm getting it.
I don't know if you know what FOMO is either.
Yeah, I know FOMO, man. Fear of missing out. I'm not going to miss out on this. I'm getting. That's why I'm getting it first when it just.
No, that's. Dom, this is how you got that fucking segment. This is why Wayseeker did that shit to you, Dom. This is why he did that shit to you. Because you're saying something, but you're getting it wrong. Just like you did with South Park. You thought it was one thing, but it's not. It's the other thing. FOMO is where you fear that you're not going to be able to get this thing down the road, so you're going to buy it now. You literally hold on, Dom.
More money than what I want to pay for it right now.
Hold on, Dom. You literally said this thing's going to go on some. I don't even know what wish list is.
The wait list is like you got to wait. Once it sells out, the order sells out. You have to wait for it to come back on wait list. You're on a list to wait until it drops again. Nah,
so it's going to drop again.
Nah, if it does drop, you don't know, because Hot Toys has made a lot of quantities limited now because they have a lot of figures.
Because they don't have enough fucking demand.
No, they have demand. It's just that because
they don't. You don't make.
It creates fake demand, is what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's like saying we're only going to have 20 of these comics, even though they made 6,000 of the comics. Like, yeah, dude, that's creating fake demand, bro. That's what they do. I thought this was you, man. You let us down. Well, that's pretty good.
Just think about it. They're going to see the wait list is going to go. Let's say they have 500. They're going to see the wait list is 500. They're going to go, we'll just put another 250 on there.
You
know what I mean? It's like
literally he's got kissable lips.
Yeah.
He's gonna be. You better have them.
All
right.
I think we should be getting the video from Waveseeker.
What video?
What are you talking about?
What video?
Why? Oh, I get it.
Thrawn would just be such a bad sexual lover.
Valid point.
All right, so we're getting this character. I forgot the name of this character. I can't think of from New Hope in the cantina. It's this is coming out as a Halloween exclusive.
Yeah, because nobody gives a fuck about this character. That's why you forgot the name of it.
I had it in my head when I was figuring out how to put it on.
It is a cool looking sculpt.
Yeah.
Like I clicked the Gentle Giant bus. It's a cool looking thing, but I'm not buying it.
Yes.
Was this the Starship Troopers?
No. No.
Okay.
No, but it's coming out. It's an exclusive.
All right. Well, there's that. Okay, is that it? That's it.
That's it, right?
All right. Well, good job. We've learned one thing. That Dom does not know the definition of FOMO.
I know what FOMO is, the fear of missing out. I know what it is. I don't want to pay more money. That's why I'm getting it now.
That's FOMO, Dom. That's the definition.
Regular price. I'm not paying any. You go over what I am. I'm paying regular price to get it.
Okay. All right. So next week we might need a fill-in also. So if somebody would like to come in and explain to Dom what FOMO is, and you think you can get through to him, feel free to apply.
And these are the two freaking Thrawn pops that dropped.
Just wait. That dropped when?
That dropped in 2017. These are the first Thrawn pops.
They're cool.
The New York's the Celebration 2017 and the Toys R Us shared exclusive share.
Okay, but I thought you said you only collect Boba Fett.
No, but I got these before. This is way before I collected the Boba Fett. I got it for regular price, man. Regular cheap price. I didn't pay that much for them. So this one was over $1,000 at one time, but now the other ones are coming out. It's taking a big dip. It's
They'll sell it.
Maybe I might sell it in my in the whole lot that I'm selling. But these are my Thrawns, and this one is about $200 to $150.
Shit, what happened to Wayseeker? Wayseeker kicked himself while he was trying to get rid of the pages.
Yeah, Wayseeker got.
It's all right. Thank you, Wayseeker. Yeah, that I would sell them too, but or keep one, sell the other one, get rid of the lot, whatever.
Sell them and get the new one.
But the new ones are cheap. The new ones are going to be $19.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Sell the
Yeah,
two,
just-
make your nut, and then get the cheap one.
Yeah.
Same toy, 3 different stickers, Joe. We got 3 different stickers. We have no clue what any of the stickers are, but Dom does. So we will cover. We'll have another market report probably next. What are you doing?
There you
Oh,
go.
there you go.
That's the picture.
Dub sent the picture. Yeah,
Nice, Dub. Thank you, bud. Oh,
looks
shit,
actually much cool. That's cool.
What is it supposed to be?
Yeah, the Empire.
No, I understand that. I understand. I can see mirror. I can see this. Yeah.
Oh, it's a
well,
new toy that wasn't that what you're
Yeah,
saying, Dom?
it's coming out. It's dropping. This is Black Series.
what point's the toy?
It's
all
Black
this?
Series. Like, yes, it's going to be a 3-pack. I don't think you're going to get Luke. Luke. You're going to get Luke, Mara
Alright,
Jade,
Luke.
and what's his name in the background? What's
Jaboeth or whatever.
Jaboeth.
Yeah, you get him.
Yeah.
Yes,
Go with the dark take.
that's going
So
to be.
you're not gonna get fake Luke? Are you gonna get fake Luke, clone Luke, or are you gonna get real Luke?
I hope you get
Yeah,
fake.
real Luke. I wish you get fake Luke. That'd be kind of cool.
You better not. They better not fucking do regular Luke, because that's just a
Yeah.
fucking repick. That's fucking horrible.
They're probably
They'll
gonna
do it.
regular Luke.
They're gonna do regular Luke.
It's a 4-pack. No, Dub says 4-pack. You get both Lukes. You get Luke. and you get
Oh,
Luke.
look at that! How much is it gonna be? Dub, do we know how much it's gonna be?
No, this
Give me
price-
the Luke. Give me the Luke.
They didn't give a price yet. They didn't give a price.
Give me the Luke. Give me the
That's cool.
Luke.
Wait, go back to the toys. I want to see go back to the toys. The pipeline. Let me see if it's a 4-pack. Because I could have sworn it was just the Mara Jade, Luke, and
Oh,
so
if I know where the fuck that is. Okay, here it is.
Go back there.
There.
Keep going, keep going.
Oh, good lord.
Right there. Well, it might be a 4.
It's 4-pack.
Shows all 4 of them in there.
Yeah, they're all 4. All right. That's gonna probably be $59 or $70. Some shit
That's
like
fine for 4.
That's fine for 4. That's better than $299 for rolling eyeballs.
Well,
and
no, not
personal
really.
lips.
Well, think about it. No, if the Star Killer,
I thought about it.
the Star Killer 3-pack was $110. That's probably $150.
Yeah, it's probably gonna be 150. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's 70s week.
That's too much. I'm not paying that. But $70 I pay for 4.
It's not gonna be $70. Where is
I
it?
wish
Is
it
it
was
exclusive or is it coming out to stores?
Disney stores.
Well, ooh,
Maybe.
ooh.
You get it in the
You
Disney
get a
shop.
discount. You can get a discount.
Yeah.
on it. All right. Cool. Well, thanks again, Rogue, for coming out. That was great.
Oh, no
Hope you had fun.
And
Hey
As
guys,
always.
what's that?
I said, as always, have fun.
Oh, yeah. I hope if you guys like the No Mo Fomo for Dom section, which he then fucking
It doesn't
destroyed
work.
him.
It doesn't work.
He
He
did
tried
work.
on the
this
back end.
segment and he blew it up.
So he did buy the comic. No, this is what happened.
With nubs.
He
Got it.
didn't buy the comic, so for fucking $60, that now is $9, so he could buy the $300 fucking toy.
But you got But you got to
It
do
takes up way
baby
more
steps with
space,
them.
which he doesn't have room for.
You
Hey,
got
hold on.
to do baby
No.
steps.
Rogue's
baby
got a
steps.
point.
No,
Yeah.
no,
Get
no,
him,
no,
get
no,
him,
no,
get him
no.
off the comics first. You
Yeah,
got to
yeah,
wean
yeah.
him. He's like a
Yeah.
crackhead right now.
Yeah.
You got to wean him off the comics first. Once he understands, hey, this works, then you elevate to the next step, which would be the pops.
Yeah.
Then you
No, he's-
eventually get to the hot toys.
Yeah. No, we gotta get Hot Toys. I think we could get out Hot Toys. I think we could do comics, Hot Toys, and that. But he has a good point. He did No Mo Fomo on the comics. So if we could continue that, I mean, it was partly because he lost his discount. But
Only because he lost his discount. Because he got. That's it.
yeah, but that was. I'm just saying is when they're at their lowest, that's when you try to. You don't have a fucking.
I'm just
You don't have all these.
confused.
You don't have an
Is-
intervention when they're fucking high up on coke. They got hookers everywhere. They're shooting
I'm
up heroin
confused,
through
though.
the toenails.
He's
No,
Thrawn Boba Fett. I'm just confused because I thought he was only doing Boba
no,
Fett.
he already don't try. No, we don't
Are they
have
the
time for
same
this.
person?
Listen,
is Thrawn Boba Fett?
hold on.
what's
Let me
going
get my
on?
notebook. Let me get my notebook out. It's a small one this time. This is what we're going for here. We have him right now, no matter what. We got him. He passed at least one comic book. And now he can get that comic book for $4.99 instead of $69.99. If we can keep this up for 30 days, I think we'll have comic books. We'll give that a check mark maybe. So we're at a check mark maybe. And then after that, we'll make our way to toys, not hot toys, but toys, non-hot toys.
Okay,
Nowhere close. Okay,
Yeah,
and then after that,
that's
all pops that aren't Boba Fett.
Hmm.
And then we'll see what we can go from there.
But what about
it's
that
one step at a
Transformer
time.
stuff that he keeps trying to go? What category is that for?
We can only handle the dark. We can
What-
only add Star Wars
What
stuff here.
What are you talking about? What?
I'll just wait till G.I. Joe shit. Yeah.
Transformer comics that you want.
I want the Transformer comics, G.I.
Yeah.
Joe.
He only gets half credit yet. If we can get 30 days, he gets full credit.
I'm just saying, where does that fall into? You like
So we'll
Transformers
try
and
that.
G.I.
We'll look
Joe
at.
and
We'll
everything else.
hopefully.
See, this is what I get for being a fan of
No, I said congratulations. I'm the one giving you positive support. Wayseeker is the one that sees you rolling around in your old slop and you're trying to like take a shower and he's just laughing at you.
Wave Seeker's
I'm the
gonna
guy that
wake
said,
up.
look, I saw your low point.
I'm telling you, I'm gonna do the Godfather of Wave Seeker. He's gonna wake up with Nub's head in his freaking bed.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea. I'd appreciate that. You deserve it for all the trolling he does. What I'm saying is, if we could get you to slow down on the comic FOMO, okay, then I think next we could, because Dub brought out a good point. What does he say? He said something. He knows what it stands for, or he knows what it is. He just doesn't know what it means yet. He knows what FOMO stands for, but I'm not quite sure you know what it means. But we're halfway there on the comics. We're halfway
Listen,
there.
I know what the fear of missing out is, but the whole fact is that if I get something for cheaper, it's not going to go down in value, and that's the thing. I want to have it before it
What
goes up.
did
in
he
value.
fucking just say? Road.
Yeah, that doesn't
Brain's
make
gonna melt.
sense.
Your brain's about to melt.
So what you need is like a swear jar. So
We
look
do.
at
We
the
have a dollar
price-
jar here. Yeah.
No, but he needs to look up the price of whatever comic he wants this week. Whatever it is, put that amount of figure next week when it goes down. Whatever the difference is, you put that in the jar.
Perfect, because you would have spent $60 for the book. Now he bought it for $5, so he gets $55 on a jar.
And you take that money and eventually you work and you go over. Once you see how much money you're saving, then you'll understand what FOMO is. Because then you'll go, oh, I would have lost this $300-400. Now I actually have that, and I have all the stuff I want anyway.
He's in the intervention. The only person not intervention view
I
is
think
Wayseeker.
Rogue might be able to get through to him in a way that we can't.
Yeah, I agree. That's what I'm
I
asking
think
for.
we need- yeah,
Agreed.
Rogue might be the
Thank you,
new
Rogue.
Tom,
I appreciate that. Thank you.
whisperer.
No problem.
So
I am not the whisperer. I'm the one who riles him up.
I just can't understand it. It fucking melts my fucking head. Also, tell us if you like the thing we did with Create Our Own Comic, where we did it with the Thrawn covers like that. Maybe we can find a voting system somehow, or I can just get off my lazy ass and figure out how the voting works. Hopefully you guys like that. Hopefully we get a cover like that. Tell us if you, that won't be an every time segment, but we can add those on and kind of tailor some of them if you want. Besides that, what else do we got? We got a bunch of good shows on this channel. Make sure you watch them.
That's it. That's all it takes.
Oh, listen, by the way,
Well, no, it was we had a jar. We were supposed to have a jar where every time Dom said something and he got it wrong, it was $1. It was a $1 bet jar. The problem is, after the first 2 weeks, he owed me like $100.
He kept double or nothing it too. It wasn't
Yeah,
just
and they
like
kept
$1.
doubling
It was
it.
like, let's do 2, let's do 4, let's do 8, let's go.
And the
6.
point wasn't for me to make money
I
off of
told you.
Dom.
I told you it was the daughter on the statue.
It's not the daughter. We don't
Yes,
do
it
that.
is the
You
daughter.
didn't read the article,
Oh, it's the
Dom.
daughter.
The daughter.
Dom. Okay. Here we go, Dom.
I'm gonna
The
pull it
article.
up here.
The
I'll
fucking
pull it
yeah.
up
Hold
here.
on. This is what it did. The fucking headline, what that you pulled up. The guy in the article goes, "I know I was wrong. I know it's right. This proves it." Nothing came out, by the way. What he's saying proves it didn't come out. What he says is because there's a screenshot. That shot is not a shot that Disney put out. It literally is in the fucking TV show.
Fucking daughter. How can you not?
Dom, stop. He says because they put out a behind the scenes thing. Disney did not put a fucking first thing. Disney didn't put out a behind the scenes thing. It didn't happen. So right there, he's fucking full of shit. Number 2, he said, because me and fans are calling it the daughter, because they put out besides the hit scene thing.
Well, who can it be?
It's the truth. Not that Disney said that. Disney didn't say anything because once again they didn't put the shit out. So he's saying because that's what we call it. See, there's a third body, and since there's a third body, that means we're right because it's a sister. Because there's a third body, but we already knew that because we watched the fucking season of Ahsoka, and they showed 3 statues, one without a head. That does not fucking mean.
But also, look, this person has the flattest chest ever. There's nothing. How do you know that's a girl? How do you?
No. He was saying that he was right. That there's 3 figures there. He's right. There's three figures there.
That's a girl.
But he was saying, I'm right. I'm going to. He's saying I'm going to refer this as the sister, and he says I'm right that there's 3 figures there because of something that came out of Disney. Yeah, the fucking show. There's 3 figures. Nobody's debating. There's 3 figures. Nobody. This is like talking to a fucking flat earther. Like, are you fucking kidding me? It's round, motherfucker. Like, nobody's debating that shit. What are you talking about? We can see it. We can see 3. 1, 2, 3. Rogue, how many figures do you see?
The father, the son.
No. That's not the question.
There's 3 statues there.
Yeah.
One of them is undetermined on which the sex is. Could it be the sister? Maybe.
Could be.
But as of this time, it looks like a headless statue. So we don't know.
But he's saying, but once again, the guy's article, because you didn't fucking read the article, Dom.
You know what? I just put up the daughter. I just put the headline up there.
Dom,
Daughter.
yeah, Dom, you put the headline.
The headline.
Yes, but if you read the article, the guy openly admits that this isn't the daughter. He openly admits, says, I'm just going to call it.
We just don't
Anybody.
know. It could be. It could not be. We have no proof. This is just a statue. That's all we know.
You were literally having FOMO to be right that it's the daughter first.
Once again, you owe me like $600 now because of this. Like, stop betting. Just wait.
Yeah, we agree. There's 3 statues in this picture.
3 statues. Nobody. But the article this guy wrote was that he was having an argument with nobody. There's not a fucking person in this world that doesn't see this, saw this in the show, and doesn't say there's 3 statues. Dom, we never once told you.
I'm just saying it's the daughter.
Dom, you're just saying. My point is, you sent an article from some clickbait shitbag who said Disney came out with some shit admitting this is the daughter. You open it up and he goes, we've called this the daughter. Me and my fucking legion of morons have called this the daughter. And since we've called this the daughter, they've shown us that there's three things. So the third one's going to be the daughter. Wait, you said Disney said that this is their No, this was released. This picture is this dumbass was like, hey, you know what? If I take a screenshot of that, some morons will fall for this shit. Let's take a screenshot. Hey, look, they released this. Yeah, they released this.
This is a TV show.
On a TV show. Fuck yeah.
When Balin was standing in the
That's not what the headline said.
That's Balin.
That's not what the. Oh, fuck, I'm going to pull up.
I just think the most interesting thing is somebody's on the finger. That's probably Ahsoka. Just like you can see somebody just like standing.
No, that's Balin.
No, that's Balin.
What?
It's Balin.
That's
I don't
Balin.
know.
That's Balin in the show.
No, in the show they show him standing
they
on
show him
the
standing.
hand.
That's Balin.
That's
what I'm saying.
That's
This
Balin.
isn't new. He said
No, it's
the
not
guy
new.
who wrote the
It's a
article said
concept
this
art.
was new.
It also you just don't know what it is, Dom. This does not prove your theory. It doesn't.
It's the
No.
daughter. You prove the theory when Nubs comes
I
to
don't know what
freaking
to
live
do,
action.
Dom.
What are you
That's the
talking
point.
to me? That's
Dom.
what you're saying doesn't make sense. Dom, here, I'm pulling this shit up now because now I'm just going to clown on you. I've given up. All right, here we
It is
go.
The daughter.
It may be the daughter, but there's nothing proving that right now, Dom.
Yeah, you said
That
look,
could be the mother for all we know.
that could be the illegitimate stepdaughter. We don't fucking know.
It could be another
That
brother.
could be Darth Gator for all we know.
Come on.
It could
That
be.
could be a boy
Grandson.
dressing as a girl. We don't know.
Dom,
fucking
logically, you're probably right. I'm in the same boat. I
Well,
think
the
it's
whole
probably
time,
the daughter.
Disney
It said
breasts. Disney don't
No,
like to show.
no,
boobs.
here's what it said. No, this is what it said. This is what it said. It said, because I'm reading what he put here. They call it direct. It says officially new Ahsoka concept art. This is not officially new. this, and this is of 2 days ago. This was actually a screenshot from the TV show. It says officially new Ahsoka concept art. Better look at the headless daughter statue with other Mortis God sculptures, exclamation point. See photos and details. So that would lead you to believe, right? That this case, it says official, right? Where would you, but he doesn't say officially from Star Wars. He doesn't say officially from Disney. It's officially from this dude saying it's official because he took a screenshot.
The World Between Worlds was in the episode with Anakin, and you still...
No, it wasn't.
Yes, it was. That was the World Between Worlds.
Where? Dom, Dom, here, how many hundreds you want? Here's $100.
Yeah.
Here's $200.
World Between Worlds.
$200 if today, as this date, you can quote me a source from any of the Disney properties that says that. So they have to work for Disney. They have to get a check from Disney, and I will just mail this bitch in a fucking card that I'll hand make that will say you were right.
Dom, you can say you think it's the World Between Worlds.
You can have it by the end of the week.
I don't think. I know it.
These are real.
You can't. No, they didn't tell you
These
that.
are real.
Wait, you're saying
two other ones. Which ones do you want? You tell me what serial number.
I'm telling
what
you
numbers
that
do you
they
want?
didn't
Serial
tell you
numbers.
what
I'll give
it
you
is.
hundreds with those serial numbers.
I'm saying it is completely fair for you to say you think it's that. That's fair. You can say I think that's.
Wait. Let Rogue talk. Rogue was able to talk something about the comic thing, the Fomo thing.
How about this? Let's wait until, because we know it's going to fucking come. Let's wait till they adapt this into a comic book, and they will label if it's a World Between Worlds. They'll label it in the comic as such.
Mm-hmm.
We'll find out in season 2 if this is her. I mean, it. Like I said, who knows?
We're not debating if there's a possibility it could be that.
No, I know you guys are saying that. He's saying it's right now. It's official now.
Yeah, we're saying
it's not officially now because it's called what we call it a teaser. It's supposed to make you salivate for the next season. This is making us salivate. This is
the world.
There's no end scene.
The scene that Ahsoka was in also didn't have gates. Like the world, like it didn't look like the World Between Worlds. The only thing it was dark. It didn't.
World Between Worlds.
And also, you could fall.
It's too dark. Fucking 90% of Star Wars shot are fucking
the whole
dark.
fact is, a cartoon is different compared to live action.
It also
it's much more colorful in a freaking cartoon.
Oh, wait a sec, Dom. It could also be. They could always just go, "Hey, it's how the character perceives it as." So maybe the original one that we saw on. That Ezra pulled Ahsoka out, maybe that was his version of
Rogue. Here's the problem: when the preview stuff came out, there was a dome, and we were told by Dom, guaranteed by Dom, that was the World Between Worlds. And guess what it turned to be?
You didn't know there was a.
Hold on. Wait. What, Dom?
You didn't know there was going to be a star map.
Yeah. But you told us.
I didn't say.
I'll go, Dub. I'll have Dub clip it, Dom. At this point, I'll just have Dub.
Go find it.
Yeah, where you were saying that's the World Between Worlds. You're saying it there in that picture.
Possibly, it could probably be the World Between Worlds. I didn't say.
No, you went all Dom. You say probably, and then you go. It definitely is. That's why we use that.
Definitely the World Between Worlds with Anakin talking to Ahsoka.
Do you see what I deal with? So he's called the World Between Worlds like 4 times already.
No, I didn't. No, I didn't.
Yes,
if you go back,
yes, you did.
With the previews, when they
you
had
also
the
said, not only the preview trailer, you also said because it was in the intro, which that turned out to be the star map. Also, those two things turned out to be the star map, not the World Between Worlds. And I mean, I'm not saying that. Maybe we know Dave likes to fuck shit up. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying 0 for 2. Sometimes you got to pass the ball.
Tom, you could be right. We all think you could be right. We just want you to say that you don't know, and this is what you think. That's all you have to say, and you're good to go.
Yeah.
But when you guarantee things over and over again, we just can't do that because we don't know. That's all we can say. We don't know. We haven't been told yet. The comic could come out, and it could say the World Between Worlds, and we know. That's right. Rogue's right. But until that comes out, or until Dave does an interview and says that was the World Between Worlds, which he hasn't done yet, we don't know.
And see, part of the problem is also we're in that void time right now where actors and there's no press about the show really because they can't do anything because of the stupid strikes going on. So we may get a whole bunch of stuff once all these strikes are over.
Well, the writer strike's done.
The writer strike's done, but not the actor guild.
Here's the problem with it. Before they went on strike, a lot of them had said that they weren't released. They were only released the parts that they were written in, so they didn't know what was going on.
Right. Yeah, but I mean, you're right. Dave could come out and say it now if he wanted to, but he's waiting for whatever reason.
Yeah,
well, I'm thinking Dave's probably right. See, now the writer strike's over, he's now writing other stuff, whatever he's working on, Mandalorian 4.
I think what he does. No, I really think Dave's style is this playing. So if these people very well may not have been the Mortis gods at this point, but if this gets enough traction, he'll be like, "Oh yeah, sure it was." That's what he does, because the World Between Worlds, he's openly admit he had no clue what it was or how it works.
Yeah.
So I think now that people are like, "Wait a minute, that wasn't the World Between Worlds. You can't break this. It doesn't look like it. It's stupid." Blah 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 blah. He probably won't touch that. But this one, with guys like making stuff up saying these are exclusive stuff, like 100% he'll touch this. He'll somehow make a Mortis god be somewhere.
And the thing is, we won't get the payoff for this probably for another 2.5, 3 years because we're gonna get Heir of the Empire first.
Can I ask you a question? What's the bird? What's the owl? Is it? It starts with Mira, right? Mara, whatever. Didn't that thing show up? Is it in my imagination, or didn't that thing show up in the Mandalorian season where Ahsoka was going to go see Luke in the fucking or some shit like that? Luke in the woods with training the Jedi. Wasn't the bird in a tree in one of those?
You mean Morai?
Morai
always is. Yeah, Morai.
Yeah, but that's like Dom's whole thing is like because she shows up, that means that Mortis gods are there, or she was. She's what's the theory of it? She's the daughter.
She's the daughter. Ahsoka has the daughter's essence in her. That's why she died. Fucking.
I think the owl has the daughter's essence in it. Not
the owl is the guide.
That's why who died?
Ahsoka.
When did Ahsoka die?
She died in Clone Wars, and fucking Anakin brought her back. The freaking daughter took the essence from the daughter to put into her, and then she died in the World Between Worlds. She got taken out of the World Between Worlds. She died a couple of times.
She didn't die.
Well, technically, she didn't die in the World Between Worlds.
She didn't die in the World Between Worlds.
Well,
she died. She died on the planet. Whatever
on
freaking
Mortis.
Supposedly, but she didn't because Ezra pulled him out.
Well, no, I meant in the current season of Ahsoka.
In the Clone Wars, she died.
No, she didn't die in the current season of Ahsoka either.
Yes, she died in the.
No,
Clone
she
Wars.
didn't because they say.
Well, no, Dom. He's talking to me about the current season of Ahsoka. She didn't die, is what he's saying.
She didn't die there either. She didn't actually die there. She was in that limbo land where she was about to. Because when he says you either fight or you die, that was it. So she didn't because she fought, so she came back. And if I recall about the sun thing, that wasn't a true death either because of the realm. So like she has
that one is tricky. I don't know what to do with that one.
Yeah,
I get down that one. That one's tricky.
Yeah, if you want to say that one, because to try Dave once again has never explained that whole nonsense, and I don't think he has the answer to it. So like, I mean, that's tricky. But like you've said, she died in the other parts, but she clearly didn't. That's why I always assume she didn't die with the brothers, because every time we think that she died, Dave, as we saw through the show, won't let her die. He's never gonna let her die.
She died.
Shit, a tiger fucking ate her. She didn't die. So like,
hopefully Timothy Vaughn writes her and kills her.
Wouldn't that be
fair play back to how funny would that be?
He sneaks her in.
Oh, he sneaks her in.
Dom, I don't mean to like destroy your spirit here, but yeah, you stay strong. But
hey, listen, I'm going to stay strong, and I'm going to be on top of this because when it does happen,
you're wrong. Here, Dom, this is the deal, though. Dom, you've gone to the betting window. Like this is how being right works. You take your slip, you go pick a pony, and they run the race. And when the race is over, that fucking pony lost, and you paid them the money. They ain't giving you shit. And that's happened now to you like 5 times. And you keep betting on that pony. That pony may win by race 6, but that doesn't mean that pony didn't lose 5 times.
You told me no. I was crazy when I was talking about the Mortis gods. And Ahsoka winds up mentioning it is going to go to that category. and I still didn't get no
What?
gratitude for that. When I was talking about it,
What are
when
you
the day-
talking about?
Yeah, the day when I was talking about, you say, "Oh, the people in the chat don't understand that. Stop talking about that." I said, "But it's going towards the Mortis gods." And
But
you're
it's
like,
not. But where? Where once has it
This
said
is the Mortis gods. This is what fucking Bailey's
Nope.
looking at. This.
Once again, if you had to pay your bet sheet right now, you lost your money. The show's over. The game's over. We're on to the next one. You lost the bet.
It might be, Dom, and it probably is.
But you just said for sure this is 100% right here. This has only been directed as 3 statues, 1 being headless.
Yeah, the daughter.
No. Stop. 3 statues, 1 being headless. End
Right.
point.
At this point, they're not even the Mortis gods.
Yeah.
They have not come out. There's nothing that's come out and said that these are the Mortis gods. Do they look like them? Fuck yeah, they do.
Yeah.
But
I mean,
especially
the guys
Joe.
have-
nothing
That's the
officially
two
come
of them.
out.
well,
Nothing officially come out said.
the dad, the father also looks like a couple other characters in old Jedi lore. So I mean, let's be real about that.
Yeah,
I mean,
but
that's
no,
not-
it
is
looks
the
like it.
same
Two of them
picture.
look like it. I
Go
give you
back to
that,
the
Dom.
Clone Wars with Anakin.
But by the way, you said Ahsoka. Ahsoka's not. Oh, yeah, she's still on. Is on the planet. You're right.
But Dom, the thing about it is
But you said she
the
was gonna
stuff
find
that's
them.
in
That's not
Clone
her, that's
Wars
Bailey.
and the stuff that's in Rebels, they've come out and said, yes, it's the Mortis gods. They've confirmed it.
Yeah.
There's nothing here saying this is confirmed yet.
Like even when you put out the subtitles, it doesn't say that he's standing on the father's finger. And once again, what you said about Ahsoka was she was the one in this season that was going to find the Mortis gods. The season's over.
I didn't say her. I
Yes,
said
you did.
Balin was looking for the Mortis gods or the world between worlds. That's the power that he's looking for.
No, you said Balin. No, you said flat out Balin was going to use the world between worlds in this episode. He was going to be in the world
Well, in
between
the
worlds.
episode, but in the series,
Hey, Frankie.
saying that he's going to use it because he wants to change the cycle of Jedi versus Sith over and over
Right,
again.
but he didn't
So
do that.
what does that mean?
But he didn't do that.
But the story, we needed more story. They ended it too fucking abruptly. There wasn't enough story.
Okay, but Dom, the story, once again, I'm telling you, you made the bet. We collected the money. The bet's over, and you're yelling at the person, going, give me my money. And they're like, listen, fucking bet the next race, but
You know
this
what?
race is done.
I'm going to get, like yesterday, I'm going to bring in, me and my wife were walking yesterday. There was a lot of traffic outside. Couldn't get a taxi, couldn't do a lot of things. And she's like, and there's a lot of cop cars all over the place. And I was like, she's like, I wonder what's going on. I said, probably a protest going on. They have for what's going on with Israel.
Sure,
and
whatever.
Palestine.
They always got the protests going on.
Well, anyway, make a long story short, she's like, no, it's not. No, it's not. All right. Went to a cop. I said, let me ask you a question. What's going on? Why are the cop cars? Oh, it's the protest for the Palestinian.
But here, Dom, this is the difference. That's not what you did here. What you did was you went into the restaurant and she said, this is not McDonald's. And you said, yes, it is. And she said, no, it's not. You went up to it, you go, watch, I'm going to order what's a Big Mac? That's McDonald's, right? Yeah. I'm going to order a Big Mac. And they said, sorry, sir, we only serve Whoppers. And you said, no, you don't, because you're McDonald's. And they said, bitch, we're Burger King and we're closing.
No,
and
listen.
they close the door, and you're saying, well, listen, 6 months from now, a year from now, because Burger King's closing, it is a possibility.
Well, you know what?
One restaurant chain goes to another one. It could be a McDonald's down the road. But that day when you try to order a fucking Big Mac from fucking
Marco,
Burger King, if I got these right, I got this fast food right?
Yeah,
When you try to order a Big Mac from fucking Burger King.
what Marco talks about is the fact is that
It tells you all
I'm
you need
on
to know
the
about Marco's
track.
diet right there.
I'm on the track of what's going on. And I may be premature in saying, oh, yeah, maybe this episode is going to happen. But I'm on the track. That's the credit I don't get, that I'm on the right track. And
No, Dom, because you went and ordered a fucking Big Mac at Burger King. The motherfuckers don't serve Big Mac. They don't serve it. You might go to McDonald's and get that shit. That's cool. But you can't say, well, I told you I was going to get a fucking Big Mac. You're right. But you went to Burger King, ordered a fucking Big Mac, and then when they didn't serve it, you finally got to a fucking McDonald's. Well, of course they got Big Macs at fucking McDonald's. Of course they do. But that's not what you're saying when you're in the fucking Burger King. They got lobbies still there, right? Or is it all drive-through?
Yeah.
Whatever. You were in the lobby or drive-through of a Burger King screaming about getting a fucking Big Mac. You didn't get it.
Right, Dom, right now you are Chicken Little. You're screaming at the sky is falling. And it's not. I mean, that's the problem. Is it's either that or you're like a speculator when it comes to Marvel comic books, where they go, "Oh, I heard this guy's going to be in this movie," and then it doesn't pan out.
Yeah,
it's
Dr. Afro. Dr. Afro is going to be in a fucking Imperial shirt.
I didn't say that.
Not you.
I don't what you mean.
What I'm saying is, we don't know the future. We don't know what's going to happen. We don't even know if we're going to get. We assume we're going to get season 2 of Ahsoka, but it hasn't officially been announced, I believe.
No, it hasn't, and you better hope.
So
they it's less than that, and you still had now it's gotten less than that. You also have to hope. Now, here's the thing: what happens? What happens because you just heard? Well, you don't believe what Wayseeker said. But what happens if Kennedy now does get a little bit more power because they have now expanded off where they're not going to have just one overhead talk about TV and movies. They have a separate department that they've done 8 months ago or 9 months ago at the last thing where they spread it out. So it's not just going to be one head dropping all this news. There's going to be somebody specifically in that section. And what if that person says, and this is what they've been saying that they're going to do for that board meeting, we're going to let the people in charge of that area now run. And if they're not there, we're getting rid of them. But we're leaving the people there. So now Kennedy is going to be able to drop when she wants news drop, be able to say what show she wants, be able to do all this shit. And what happens if she's like, you know what? I've been thinking about this. Ahsoka didn't really actually do what we're supposed to be doing. Because if you look at the last number call, no matter what you say, guess what? It didn't. They just had that meeting. It didn't. It didn't do what it was supposed to do. They have not been able to make that profitable. It didn't turn the subscription needle at all. So since it didn't do that, what if they go, you know what? We're going to save the funds for season 2. We'll do a movie or some shit maybe if you can get it done. And that's a big ask because, to be honest, we probably were wrong too. We thought Dave's transition from animation was going to be a lot easier to live action. And it seems like he's got a lot more misses than he does fucking hits. You know what I mean?
And the other thing also you got to look at too is supposedly, and I'm just saying this is not, we don't know for sure, but supposedly Kennedy and Dave aren't on the same page at all times. If this is another miss for Dave, Kennedy can eventually go, you know, Dave, you did a couple good things, but
we got some animation direction.
Yeah. So
they could go, animation's cheaper. We need to make this budget work. We're going to move you back. We're getting rid of John. We're going to move you back to... I don't think she has a problem with Dave. I do think she's starting to get a little sour on John. But
yeah, I don't think she has a problem with Dave either. I think she's... Yeah, but I think she also realizes that there's cost-cutting measures that are coming down. Animation's cheaper. Dave's good at animation. Dave can't tell a story in 8 episodes. No. He likes to take his time. He likes to draw. He's a good storyteller. He's not an 8-episode storyteller.
It was the last investor meeting that they just had. They talked about. You know what they said? They flat out said this. This is actually something you can look it up. Iger was talking about, and he said the problem isn't the parks. The parks pre-19 are up 21%, somewhere around there, 19 change. The movie revenue, we have accepted the fact that we're never going to get out to the volume of movie revenue that we used to have. So they're not going to be pushing out as many movies. It just, people aren't showing up to see them anymore. And they're not getting in as many countries and everything else. That's why they're selling off the Indian business, the business in what is that, Southeast Asia. So they're trying to sell that off at this point. And the last thing he said is, even with the last couple shows that we had out, we can't turn that into profitability for subscription. So what does that mean? That means they're going to be cutting more. We're going to see more cut-ins. Yeah. And now they're not cutting people because they cut all the double jobs. They cut all the, you hired your cousin to watch your car while you're shooting. So the next cuts they're going to be making is what are expensive projects? And this Ahsoka show was fucking expensive. Well, not as expensive as you thought when you thought it was $60 million or whatever the fuck it is.
Well, also
compared to animation, yeah, it's expensive.
Well, also think about this. Just if they switch to animation, they can put Eccleston back as the voice.
Yeah.
And that would save a whole bunch of money compared to Rosario Dawson.
And it takes care of your Balin problem. One of your most popular characters has now become Balin. It takes care of Balin because he died in real life.
Yeah.
It's just.
I mean, that's what I'm saying. There's so many factors that when you really think about it, like having a season 2 of Ahsoka, I hope it comes out because I hope they give us some finality with some of these characters. But the reality of it is there's a lot of things already going against a season 2 of Ahsoka.
I think we'll get it. I do think we'll get it. But I would personally be fine if it was animation. You would be able to do more episodes, be able to get out quicker, which is one thing Dom wants. Post-production takes so long for these shows. Getting people's schedules together takes so long for these shows. When animation, they just hop on a mic if they're doing work somewhere else, and it gets done.
Plus, then you can really do the World Between Worlds and the Mortis guys.
You can.
That's
do a lot
another
more
thing.
Stuff.
It's gonna be hard to do all that shit. Like, I don't even know what that means by because you don't really tell us what it is. You just say words like Mortis God or World Between Worlds, but not how that plays into anything. Like, are you saying they're going to have the son and the dad show back up, or like?
Yeah. Well, I mean,
wasn't it Ezra's supposed to? I thought one of your theories at one point was Ezra was supposed to be the son.
No,
wasn't that it?
No.
You sure?
It was Anakin's the father, right?
Ezra was supposed to be somebody.
Ezra's the father. Anakin's the father. Ahsoka's the daughter.
Who's the son then? Because you had all three.
We don't know the son yet. The son.
I thought.
No, he's never said it was the son.
No,
Thank you, Wayseeker. I know
You're right.
I'll
You're
go
right,
back.
Dom. You've never said who the son is.
I'll go back.
Your theory has always been Anakin's the father and Ahsoka's the daughter.
I'll go back and look because I'm pretty sure he said something about it.
And the thing is, they could go the whole other direction of go with Aboleth and all that, or it's the mother, and it's whole different thing. But who knows?
It could definitely go that way too. I mean, if you're going to have a movie, that's the whole thing I don't understand too. If you're going to have a movie, why would you have season 2? If you're having cost cutting issues.
Well, if it wasn't for the strike and stuff like that,
the cost cutting issue has nothing to do with the strikes. The rating in season 2 has nothing to do with strikes.
Honestly, the rating should have been higher because of the strike. Because there's nothing for people to watch.
Yeah, it goes the other way. They just didn't get. You also didn't get the actors out there promoting, so that does affect.
Yeah,
agreed. Yeah, but you saw a significant dip from the first one to the second. That doing the thing in the theater kind of helped out, I guess, the numbers, but it didn't help enough.
Now, I'm sure once everything gets done,
that's a good point.
We will get an announcement of what's coming when, but I don't know if we're going to get it before D23 next year. It's going to be
especially now that they've come out and said like Disney was announcing stuff too early, and we're not going to do that anymore.
But we might not get an announcement for Ahsoka season 2 till D23, which is next fall.
When's Japanese celebration?
2025.
2025. Shit.
D23 is the next thing.
Yeah, because they won't be. Star Wars isn't going to be at San Diego anymore.
No.
Yeah, but that's what I'm wondering if they run D23. I think their D23 is they're still gonna have enough of the projects that are like actually in the works, not these ones that haven't hit the works yet.
I know they got all of that. I don't know what they're gonna do, but I don't think we will. The soonest we'll get news on Ahsoka season 2 or Heir to the Empire movie is D23, and it might not come to anything until Celebration 2025, which is a long time. It's going to be a dry period of news. We're going to be trolling down for the next 9 months because I got nothing else to do.
The sad part about this is like I don't want this to happen, but if you're a betting man, if you had to bet $100, you would have better odds, and odds were straight up. You would have better odds that there wouldn't be a Ahsoka 2 or a quote unquote heir to the Empire movie than there would having it, just because of history. Literally, just because of history.
They cancel more projects than they accept. Yes, that's right. Yeah. We're going to get a Mando season 4. That much I'm positive we're going to get.
Well, I thought they've already Heir to the Empire movie is a green lit, or as far as I understand, it was a green lit.
It's green lit, but They've greenlit lots of movies before.
It's greenlit
Yeah.
as far as like,
Yeah.
hey, I'm gonna write. Dave said I'm gonna write a movie. It's gonna be called Heir to the Empire.
Yeah. Because I
To
know
me,
that
like-
they announced, I thought, was it 2022 when they announced that Star Wars Celebration?
It was
They said that
2023.
Dave was
It was
talking
2023
about
this
doing a
year,
movie.
but They announced 3 projects, right? They announced the Rey movie, they announced Dave's movie, and Dawn of the Jedi movie. or
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah.
I mean, I would be shocked if.
But they
2
did
of-
call it Dave's movie. I think it was the Ahsoka Mandalorian movie or something.
It
I
was
can't
the
remember. what they-
Mandoverse, right?
It's
no,
supposed to
it
be
was-
the whole Mandoverse.
They
I'll
did
be
say
shocked
that-
if I'll be shocked if 2 of those 3 actually go forward.
They said
Oh,
there was-
I think we're getting one.
Yeah, I
We're
think
gonna
we're
get
getting
one.
one of those 3.
Odds
Dawn
are
of
we're
the
getting
Jedi
one.
is Dawn of the Jedi. I think is that's a.
Oh, that's
I
already
agree.
gone. That fucking.
And then
Yeah,
you're
I
looking
think
at
that's gone.
one of the 2 of the others.
I think
I know
get
Rogue doesn't want
Dave.
Rey, but
I think we're going to get the Dave Filoni stuff just because that's the stuff that's been selling. I mean, even though Dave hasn't been doing great, but that whole Mandoverse, if they do that, which is what it sounds like, that sells.
I would agree.
Right.
If
I
they
agree.
can focus on Mando,
Yeah, but that might be a way that they leave this, unfortunately, which sucks. They might leave this in fucking limbo because they might want to say, "Hey,
you
Dave."
can't bring Ahsoka back for that.
yeah,
Right?
they're like, "Hey, we gave you
No,
this
they're
good
going to bring
shot
Ahsoka
at-
back.
for
I
the
honestly,
Mandoverse?"
I think this is my theory, and this is mine alone. I think the whole
Truncated
reason they
too.
separated Ahsoka and Sabine is to have them train here, build her up, and they're going to come in like the 3rd act of the Heir of the Empire movie, and they're going to be the badasses that kind of save everything towards the end. That's just my theory. I think we'll eventually, after that, we will get season 2 of Ahsoka, and it'll be the Balin story and the training.
Here's
That
the
type of
problem.
I mean,
Here's the problem with
I
it.
can see that. It's gonna-
Here's the problem with what you just said there. History argues separately. Dave, name one thing that Dave coherently landed the ending on in a timely manner.
No, I agree. I mean, like I said, it's my theory. I'm not saying it's perfect. I mean,
So, I mean, if you're in charge, I'm not even saying Catherine Kennedy's saying this. Whoever's in charge underneath her of wrangling in the cats, Dave, is going to say, hey, listen, like the Ahsoka pet project, cool. We really need you to focus right now. We're really got this initiative to get a movie out there. We need you to just skip the Ahsoka stuff and put that on the back burner. We'll let you do it as soon as we get, because that's how it works a lot of time. A lot of times, after you get something that does, a couple not so work good, they're like, we're going to go to the meat and potato here. We want you to just focus on Mandoverse. Get that done. No, not big arcing thing with Ahsoka and everything. Get Mandoverse done. The animation for Ahsoka is really cute. We can do some more stuff like that, but we really want this movie thing's really where we need to get some profits out of the movie. Focus in on this Mandoverse thing. Bring it in there. Let's see what we can do. And they've been known that if they don't like how the way the script's going, they're gonna let you know about it and they're gonna get rid of you. So
well, and that's why I agree. That's why I think it's going to be Mando forward. It's going to be that, and that's why I think we're not going to get. They're just going to show up towards the end of it as badasses. We're not going to get. Oh, how did they get to be? How did Sabine get to where she is and everything? I think it's just they're going to show up at the end of it, and
I would
the whole-
agree.
That
I would
makes
agree.
sense to me.
I would normally the problem that I have with that is like I think they think Dave is scattered at this point, so they think
Maybe.
any like bring-ins will cause a distraction with it.
No, I mean, I think he's already said that it's going to be like everybody and everybody's going to be in the movie. So I think Rogue might be right if you follow what he's trying to do. But that means you're not getting Ahsoka season 2 to what, 2028?
But that he
Probably.
was saying that but he was also saying that under the impression that he was going to get it. Ahsoka
I
season
get
2.
that, but I think it's already been written. So that means 5 years from now we're going to find out, Dom, if this is the Mortis Gods, unless
Yeah.
it's in a comic and they tell us.
well, let's say 4 years. We'll give Dom a discount on it.
You're a nice man.
Well, that's a new bet, though. My point is like you can't make a bet on. He said it was going to happen in the show, and it happened.
Well, listen, they did mention at one time that they said that they might make Mando season 4 and Ahsoka season 2 into a movie before the Herald of the Empire movie. that they might go with that. That might be better than
Who said this?
No,
Well,
I mean,
first off, it's Heir of the Empire, not Heralds of the Empire. There's no
That's
Galactus
still
in
the
this
short.
order.
I know. I'm sorry.
I
It's
do
just
think we'll
my,
get Mando. I think we'll get
accent.
Mando season 4 before the movie. I think
Oh yeah,
that
we're
will
definitely
happen.
getting Mando.
I think the two things,
Because the movie would come out of nowhere.
The
Like, what was
two best odds that we're going to have is Mando season 4 and the movie. Those are because if you start cutting, those are last on the chopping block. Last on the chopping.
Yep.
And I do think at some point we got to get Ahsoka back into the normal area.
I hope you're right.
Because the one thing that I really think the fans want is Ahsoka and Luke talking about Anakin, which we haven't gotten yet.
Dub is
And-
calling you out, Marco.
We
He's
did
got
get a
something
little
set for
bit
you.
in Book of Boba Fett.
Very small amount. I mean, we really need to have something where it's a good meaty thing where the two of them talk. And I think she's in a better place now with whatever that was.
There's no way he already cut this. Jesus Christ.
What?
Hold on. No, you guys keep talking.
Oh, no. I think we got a clip of Dom saying something coming up. That's what I think Dub clipped.
Okay, good, because I'm getting hungry. Past my dinner time.
Yeah, we got to get this clip and then we got to call it. So Marco,
yeah.
get that thing done. Let's see what you got. I agree. It's 3.5 hours almost. But
that's just my theory. I think we're gonna get where they bring them back, bring her back in there.
I'm not going to do it.
do it. We got to do it, Marco.
No, we're not going to do that.
Do it.
He's cutting the portions that I said were there and putting them into. Yeah, Dom lost the bets.
Dom called somebody the son.
Hold on. No, that one. I don't know if that
How
one's
about-
there yet. Too.
How about this?
There's a couple of them. There's like I'll give you.
I
I
don't
don't
know
know
if
if I
I
can
save
do
it for next week. Save for next week. This is what we're calling a teaser, Dom.
No.
This is for next week.
What does this say?
That's right.
Dom's gonna be like, Rogues is just the worst fucking guest possible on this show. Just another asshole giving me shit.
Yep.
Hey, at least I share the shaved head thing with you.
Yeah.
You guys can't
Yeah,
hear that.
here.
can you?
But guess what? We put our heads together, we form an ass. So there you go. It's
Hey, you guys couldn't hear that, could you? Couldn't hear that audio, could you?
I didn't know.
Okay, good.
All right.
All right,
We're gonna
well,
wrap this thing up then, Marco. Let's call it.
Yeah, let's wrap it up. Make
3.5
sure you watch all the great shows that we have here on Renovision. There's tons of stuff. Sub Bruce, sub everybody. Oh, where's AOA's been working late.
Rogue, are you on Instagram? Where can we find you? Where are you?
Yeah.
You can find me at Rogues Law on Instagram. That's the main place I am nowadays. Other than that, I'm just kind of a merc for hire. I pop up here and there, all over the place. Where everyone
like mercs
needs
for
someone to asshole.
Other than Star Wars, what do you focus on?
I'm a big Marvel fan. Big into X-Men stuff. Can't stand Spider-Man though.
damn.
Yeah.
I mean,
Familiarity. A lot of Star Wars fans, not huge.
Yeah.
Lame story. All right, cool. Well, thank you,
New
Rogue.
York City, so he doesn't
No
have
problem.
a choice.
All right, we're gonna say hi and bye to everybody. Bye, everybody. Instagram. There you go. Thank you for doing that.
well, listen,
All right.
tomorrow night I will be on Monday Madness with Brucifer. He has a
Brucifer.
200. He has a 200 subscriber giveaway tomorrow, so
Nice.
I'll be there
Awesome.
tomorrow.
Are you giving something away too?
Not anytime soon. I gotta give. I still have to send the things out. I have.
You haven't seen the package yet?
I told you not to do that shit. See, this is where you lose bets because I literally told you.
You wanted to
Not
give
to do
you
that.
wanted to give stuff away all month. You're like,
I know.
don't
I
give
wanted to give
all
stuff
month.
over, and then I fucking forgot. So the people have to send it to. I have it sitting here. I have it all in piles of where it's got to go. But I just can't remember who I got to send shit
You
to.
got to go back and watch the tape.
I have to go back.
Uh-oh. What are you
Go ahead.
doing, Marco?
Go ahead. Go ahead.
We can't hear it.
Oh, you can't?
No.
Ah, too bad. Well, we'll try it for next week. We will try it for next week then.
Yeah, I might have said it. Yeah, it looked like the World Between Worlds, and you even said it too.
No, you did say no. You didn't say this looks like the World Between Worlds. You said this is the World Between Worlds. This is the excerpts of it, and this is how they get in there. That's what you said.
No,
I want to hear that. I want to hear that from my mouth. I want to hear that.
When
you
you
get
get
it
out of
next
this,
week,
we'll do
whatever.
it.
Next week.
Yeah, we'll do it next week. Yeah, you said this is the world between worlds.
I
This is
don't want
Alice
to
in
have
the
no
World Between Worlds.
cheesy dubbed lines in there by somebody.
Dumb. Oh, so now it's going to be the missing bullet going sideways. It doesn't matter. It's going to be like, why is the flag on the moon? Okay, all right, that's what we're doing. Okay.
Just tell him what the source material is, and he can go watch it himself. Then.
Yeah, it's on.
After you clip it.
Where did he clip it from? Hold on,
That's
let
the
me go see the
Vernestra
chat.
Row one or something.
Yeah, it's the Vernestra.
Oh, no.
Hey, yeah, you know, it's the one that says Vernestra Row talks about the acolytes.
Okay.
All
right.
AOA 100% shoot. It's right where orange lightsabers, where where Ruben says that, and Cool Guy says it's called a baby ghost. Oh, good lord, I can't imagine what that fucking video. Oh, he's putting in more.
We'll get it for next week. I got it here.
He's
but
putting in
we'll
more.
do it next week. We'll
Yeah.
spare people. We'll spare Dom for the night. So yeah, it's
All
deep
right.
Dom. That's right.
Yep.
Can't help
We'll
it.
see you all later. Oh wait, I gotta do it because nobody else does this shit. Hold on, I'm stuck in the Dom world. I'm stuck in Dom universe doing
See,
shit.
You got people standing with you.
They gotta stand with Dom.
But
All right,
yeah.
we'll see y'all later.